What's going on, buddy boyos? Welcome back to SNI, Saturday Night Incel, episode 46. We are back from hiatus, back from our break. What's going on, my dudes? We are back, back in black, doing big things. Let's see. Shout out to the Cope gang for being in here, being involved, being active. Shout out to the mystery gang for solving the mysteries. What's going on, my dudes? I'm back. It's been 1 week, and we had a massive, pretty big um incel related story that happened this past week. So yeah. Unfortunately I am at my there's no memes today because I'm not in my house, so but tomorrow will be the big stream for memes, showing articles and stories and crap. I have a few things to show. I have my articles to show tomorrow. I have the articles about this mass deletion that happened in Britain, and then yeah, we have quite a few memes tomorrow for sure. And I have memes from actually from 2 weeks ago I didn't even use. So we have plenty of stuff, plenty of content for tomorrow for sure. Today's gonna be more of a low key kind of stream, just kind of like bring people on, talk, um, read the chat, hang out, various things like that. I know Face is streaming today too, which is weird. So he's gonna stream today around 5:30. So who knows? Who knows how long this stream's gonna last? But yeah, guys, I'm back. We're back in business, boys. Let's see. Oh my God, wasted even more of my prime, waiting for twice my prime. Well, yeah, nice. Based. What's going on, my dude? We got Yo, what's up, Jack? We got Yo from Dope Panda, what's up, my dude? We got Martin, I think you're new. Hey man, what's up, dude? 6 minutes early. Yeah, dude, gotta start a little early, Fuck it. Yeah. I think this is a story of a guy who mass deleted his kids. Or yeah, I think that's a story about some the Chad 19. I think he believed the whole conspiracy and he literally went out there and went out of his way to like literally like went to fucking yeah, destroy his family or some shit. It's so fucking weird, dude. I don't know. It was scheduled for an hour ago. That's not true. Let's see, another day in my prime. What's up, dude? Yeah, dang. We had Battlefield and so UK. Oh God. Yeah, pretty big story. That's the big story this week. I'll cover it tomorrow in more depth, but yeah, we can talk about it for sure. Yeah, we just got yeah, I don't fucking know, dude. Shit's crazy. Um, I think there's an article that brings up ITV, Incel TV in there. There's an article that brings up the community. Apparently he didn't really describe himself as being an incel, but he like sympathized with the movement. I don't know what's not really a movement. What's the community to some extent. So I don't know. I was on Medic and Black Pill stream yesterday talking about it a little bit, and I asked him like, hey man, how long do you think we're gonna last? He's like, I don't know, man. They might come for us next. I don't know. I mean, the fact that ITV got mentioned or Intel TV got mentioned is pretty like ooh, that's too close to home, right? Like shit. Apparently, that dude had a YouTube channel and an Instagram, and on his YouTube channel, he actually reviewed he didn't review, I guess, but he covered the wheat waffles versus vegan gains debate. And I guess like wheat waffles came out. If you're like on the Discord channel, you can see this as well. He came out talking about how I disavow the guy blah blah blah. It's like okay, yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy how close to home this shit's hitting. Like fuck. Man, yeah, there's an article for that for sure. What's up, my dude? What's up, dude? What's up, Maurice? Face is going to be late as usual, so you can expect at least 2 hours before he comes on. Huh. Yeah, more than likely. I'm so beaten down, defeated by life. That drive that I once had is gone. I try, but I'm not. But I'm at the point now where it's like, why do I even bother? Yeah, yeah. A lot of people have that. A lot of men are having that mindset more and more often now. At the end of the day, he's not wrong. He's definitely not. He definitely has his. He has issues, and everybody here has an issue. Obviously, a very common issue is going around the world. Or at least going around the Western world for sure. And there really is no. Yeah, I brought this up during Medican Blackpool stream. Oh, he's here anyway. What's up, Medican? What's up, dude? I brought this up. I basically said like, even if like, even if society like, this dude, is becomes like the poster child for like male loneliness and male apathy. Is society even going to bother to do anything about it? Like, is society actually going to care? Like, society doesn't care about men's issues now. Um, you know, I don't know. Like the fact that society it's not going to it's not going to go out of its way to fix the issue or fix the problem. Because the problem with fixing this problem in particular is that it basically requires you to have a really hard conversation about the role of men and the role of women in our society, and the roles that we and basically the obligations that we owe each other. And the reality of the Western world is that we went from having a community based type societies to it's basically become a free for all. It's basically almost become like what's that game called? What's the fuck that game called? The really popular game. Um, shit. It's like PUBG, not PUBG, but it's a really popular one. I can't. It's like the tip of my fucking tongue too. God, how can I forget this fucking game? Someone's gonna say it. It's like one of those fucking games where it's like you come down to fucking like Valorant, not Valorant, what's the other game fucking called? God damn, I can't remember the game, but either way, everybody knows what I'm talking about. This fucking royale game. This is very much like a battle royale in America now at this point, or in the Western world. It's like basically fuck you, I got mine. We're all fighting over scraps now. It's getting fucked over, and it's like fuck, dude. Fortnite, yeah, Fortnite, or even Apex Legends, one of those two. This is the exact same thing now. Like we live in a like Fortnite IRL at the end of the day. You fall down to a world, you're given nothing. You got to fight over every last scrap of resources you get. You last man standing. It's all about fuck you, I got mine, and nobody actually cares about the over greater society. At the end of the day, it's all about making profit at any expense, at any measure. This is a fuck you, I got my society. And it's like, okay, well, I'm wondering how long can a society like ours survive? Hello, comrade. What's up, Dominican Black? What's up, my dude? Seems to me it's always the young cells that go ER and are the failed normies. They take the red, go through the red pill rage, but don't realize that it's only the beginning. The black pill awaits them. Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. And they fully can't accept the black pill and go ER. Yep. That was the quote from the deleter. Yeah, I read. Yeah, figured out with him. Damn, the entire Cope gang. Yeah, dude, they're all here. They're all accepting the black pill and being NT is so hard. Oh, neurotypical, yeah. Gym cells are now taking SARM and experimental drug. Hmm. Do you take MSM? Wait, what? MSM Messenger? Fuck. NT, yeah, neurotypical. Normal-minded NPC, like, yeah, yeah. He still had options. He had his JBW card. He could have C-Max. Yeah, and then from what I'm seeing on like various boards, the 4chan especially, that they're looking at this guy. At least the pictures I've seen of the guy, he was probably a little bit too chubby. But other than that, though, like, oh god, I'm gonna get a lot of shit for saying this, but like, he had a good enough base for, I think, Ascension. Um, he might have actually been one of the few cases where, like, dude, like, a he just looks really disheveled in a lot of his pictures, and I'm not sure it might have just been the depression or something. I don't know what the hell it is, but he definitely didn't look. He definitely had some issues for sure. But he probably could have done. He didn't look that bad off. But I'll say that. Not talking about me, just a young cell that hydraulic refers. Assume that it gives you clarity. It did for me. Oh yeah, makes sense. It's always the field normally they go ER. Oh yeah, it's true actually. I actually believe that's probably more accurate though, because like if you're like it's harder to accept, or maybe I don't know, like because like I guess if you're a failed normie though, it's like you've tasted paradise, or you know what it's like to be normal, and then you lost it all, and then at the end of the day, you're sitting there like you know what it's like. Versus like if you're born poor and you never had like filet mignon or some shit like that, you have no reference in which to even like be jealous of something other than the fact that like you might know it exists, but like you don't really miss it or like long for it. If you're like a normie though and you fall down the fucking ladder, dude, you know exactly what it's like to be up there. And you're like, what the hell, dude? I'm down here at the fucking bottom of society now. And I'm fucked, and you just get more and more resentful and angry. So yeah, men are costly. Men do nothing in the evolution because women take 9 months for a baby. Yeah. You know, you've been here too long when you can understand the mind of the leader more than the victims. Mm. Yeah, and it's like even on a lot of the boards I still frequent, it's like the amount of like I don't know, like the amount of like hatred for this guy. I think even on when I was on American Black Bull stream yesterday, we went over a few of Intel TV videos, and on his most recent video, I believe, if you go to the comments section on the most recent video, and you change the comments to most recent, you can see obviously you can see the most recent comments, and there's a few normies and they're talking about how you caused this or something like that. It's like shit, it's like shit, and it's like nobody really wants to accept that the problem of infildom. First thing first, the problem is definitely is an obviously multivariable, multifaceted problem. It's not just like one thing, but you can find a primary cause of it at the end of the day, and there's obviously secondary and tertiary causes as well. But in the day, like nobody wants to like we have this like such a individualistic view of the world in the Western world where it's like, oh well, he should have just done X, Y, and Z. He should have overcome all the odds that the society put in his past and just overcome that. He should just overcome all of it. And it's like, well, that's not like realistic at all, though, dude. Like most people don't overcome. Most people aren't exceptional. He's probably just some fucking a normal fucking guy who had zero fucking chance of ever fucking achieving anything. At the end of the day, I mean, apparently he was pretty successful and like from a job perspective, I guess was. But like, other than that, I'm saying like from like a dating perspective, though, very few people can overcome the insurmountable odds that are in people's way right now. And this idea that we're just gonna like, oh, just overcome, bro. It's like, dude, I don't know, dude. Like you're like and then like they gave out this like blanket advice to every single person that ever exists, and that's like, well, what are you talking about? Like, if everybody overcomes, then nobody's really overcome. Like, you just all you've done is that you shifted the average over. You haven't actually changed anything though for anybody. If everybody becomes a millionaire, well, then nobody's really a millionaire. Like just caring about anyone else in our society even matter? In our society, not really. Um, in our society, it's about hey, fuck you, I got mine, right? Like true JD with every one of us, equal them is an ideology of peace. Oh god, they hate the soy as much as the base. Caring gets you nowhere. Yep. For some, maintaining the society is just a dumb idea. This decade would be the decade of ERs. I actually, yeah, I think it's only going to get worse from here, in my opinion. I think there's going to be far more mass deletions than people want to admit, and we're never going to solve the problem. We're always going to, at least that's my opinion anyway. That's my long term view of the world of the issue is that because it's men, we're never actually going to solve the problem. We're always going to either kick the can down the road, give out some sort of like relief for the issue, or we're just going to like ignore it altogether and let these things keep happening. We're always going to like eat around the edges. We're never actually going to like eat the whole sandwich whole and like actually solve the issue. Um, because the problem affects men. Because men just flat out don't care about other men. We don't care about other men because men, at the end of the day, men are the competition in and of themselves. So like, would you help out your competition? Hell no. Of course you wouldn't. If I'm a man who has power and I have a bunch of stuff, I have a bunch of women in my back pocket, and I have a bunch of money and power. Why would I ever want to help out my competition at all? It makes zero sense to. Black Hill looks like our king facing LMF is about to spend 30 minutes. He's gonna record. I'm counting on my favorites flops though. Yes, anti-natalist gun. LDAR and ER for hope used to be. Let's see. Agreed. He had a Chad tier lower third, but that doesn't matter. It's what's on the inside that counts. Oh my God. Oh God. I don't understand why people don't see the solution to the black pill. The guy actually has solutions to his problem. Hell, escort maxing is better than ER. I agree. I mean, but at the end of the day, like infodem is so weird because the definition shifted now. You might even say that the definition has become more or less about forever alone. But at the end of the day, I think I said this before. I'll say it again. Like human beings don't just have three needs; it's four needs. You need food, water, shelter, and companionship, or at least or a tribal identity to some extent. And this idea that like you can just be an atomized individual, and as long as you have food, water, and shelter, you're gonna live. Well, you're gonna live, but you're not gonna thrive. You're not actually gonna be able to like do anything. You're always gonna be stunted in some way because you have no people around you in which to talk to and hang out with and have a community with at the end of the day. And the biggest problem with this whole idea about well, dogs should just have sex, bro. Like, okay, well, like, of course, every incel has the ability to have sex, but that's not really what they want. That's just part of what they want. The real source of the problem is that we have an epidemic of like just flat out lonely ass men in society right now who have zero connection to society. And one of the easiest connections you can have with society is having a wife, because oftentimes your wife is the one who maintains your social circle. She has the friends. You go to her little parties with her. You get to hang out with people. You meet her friends. She meets your friends. You guys have make a bigger community, and things generally from that point. You basically have a social circle in which you can go off of and have friends with and hang out and do stuff with, and you have a community of people you care about, and they care about you, and your life is enriched by those people. What we have now, though, we have a community of a bunch of individuals who have zero connection to anything in society. You have no women, no wife, and once the parents die, they won't even have them anymore. And it's like, okay, well, what are you going to do when in 20 years the boomers start dying off en masse, and you have people have zero connection to your society at all? They don't even care about it. They don't care about the nation. They don't care about their community. They don't care about their town. All they care about is themselves. And honestly, they probably don't even care about themselves at that point either. So it's like, what are you going to do with an entire society where a sizable chunk of your society, especially of your male population, has zero connection to the system? But you expect these men to keep working and working and working and working and working for what? Like, if the ones who keep playing the game, the ones who don't go crazy and go ER, and the ones who don't just self delete, are just gonna fucking lay down and rot. You're gonna work just enough to get by and then die. You know, that's what you're gonna end up with. You're not gonna end up with a society that's gonna thrive and have communities, and people are gonna like work for the betterment of society. Because at the end of the day, it's all about profit, dude. It's all about what's in it for you, what's in it for me. Like there's nothing wrong with like being somewhat a little bit selfish, or at least a little bit self interested. The problem is when you take that when you take that to an extreme. And at the end of the day, like it's not just a matter of sex; it's a matter of companionship and having a partner and, having somebody around you. It's about I don't want to say use the word love here too much, but like it's about just companionship in general. Conflicts of interest, boyo faces gonna stream today too. Yeah, I know. But that boyo, Mr. School, be careful that I might start banning black people channels like after Jack Davidson. Yeah, I figured it might happen, might not. Um, I'm glad my name isn't isn't like related to the black pill per se, but I can see it happening though. So nope, Jack, I'm NPC maxing right now. Personality all that matters. Yes, of course. I love these turns. They're like seriously life feel. Well, they might not exist anymore, dude. Same. Sulfur from hell. There's many reasons for insulin. This stream giving me something to look forward to for every week. Dang. Hello, what's up, Black Circle? Yeah, MS and sulfur exists in egg and chicken. Okay. So comfy cold. Normies and Inkable TV comments now. I might have to go roast them. Yeah. We knew when we came here that we wouldn't be here forever. We may as well accept our online mortality and go out true to ourselves. And that's when people say college is for everyone. Don't say it isn't. Teach them the black pill, show them the stats, pass the torch. Yep. Creatures from hell women. I think the UK leader has stirred up the Inkle soup. I bet Face is going to talk about it too as well. The UK sales are buzzing this weekend. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the hammer's going to come down soon. To any glowing in the dark that maybe it be here. That one time I used the word shoot in this chat with his AVE metaphorical sense of shooting up the club of women. Oh God, mystery. I'm talking about it in the grand scheme of things. ER means he's gonna go. Is he in German? Coincidence? All right. You two censoring me. All right. Fuck. I don't know why he always jumps down to comments. We're heading to the idiocracy or barbarism. Yeah, one of the two. I agree. We cannot impose the truth, but we can at least point them in the right direction. Society is absurdism. Is the only thing that makes sense now. Collectivism, tribalism, and individual right is law, right and law. Epitaph, it's all we can do. Get the staff and start them on the path away from cold. Society is just going to keep flagellating men, thinking that it will solve the issue of ERs, not realizing that that is what created ER. Yep, very true. Humans aren't meant to function in society like at most humans can only have 500 and very few friends. Yeah, but like those connections though matter. Like that's those 500 connections matter. It's not about great society at all though. Like it used to be a little saying politicians would use early. So I think it was Tip O'Neill said, "All politics is local," and that used to be very very true. And now all politics is national, and things have been crazily just destroyed now. Like you know, your 500 acquaintances are all connected in some way too as well. Like at the edge of your 500 is another 500 people that you don't know about, and they're connected to you too, and they're connected to somebody else over there, and there's another group of people, and they're connected over there, and they're connected over there. You see, everything's somewhat connected to some extent when we talk about communities. So yeah, it's raining like crazy where I'm at. Holy crap! Hopefully the power doesn't go out. It might go up, boys. I mean, you might have a short stream today. Black pills and ideology of peace less this month long. Internationalism, God, not just that. Good sense of the algorithm. It's everyone. Yeah, that's for sure. It's hard though when they deny the stats. That doesn't reflect real life or why you worry about what other people think type of arguments. Yeah, these people don't give a fuck, dude. The more I've lived, the longer I've lived, the more I realize that stats and data don't mean shit, and people care far more about narratives and you know, they care more about being oh, they don't care about the truth. They care about all the stats and data you bring up. You know, they'll have a million I know a guy stories that they'll always just be like just override everything you say, or they'll just claim the stats and data you brought up are wrong, or they'll say that that data might be is misleading, or the methodology was wrong, or this was wrong, or that was wrong, and all those might be legitimate complaints. Sure, like in some cases, the methodology could be flawed in the way they did the study. Sure, but at the end of the day, though, like stats and data for a lot of people, it goes in one ear and out the other ear. They don't really care about it. Schopenhauer was right, yeah. Frolic UK sales are scared of Trueform deleted most of his new vids. The day before JD, he posted in his video that was glowing like the sun. It was a supervillain monologue manifesto. Keck. Dang. As long as they see them, even if they try to refute them, it'll stick in their minds. When they are ready, they look for the truth. It's called tribalism. It's a term popularized by Carl Jung and his theory of archetypes. Oh God, so mystery. If a man were to get married today, hypothetically speaking, does that mean he would be in a feminist social circle? I mean, not necessarily. It depends. Like, more than likely, yeah. Because, like, I don't even know, dude. Like, the thing is that the scary part about a lot of men is that if you put them in a room of other men only, they'll end up agreeing with a lot of what you're saying. Like, I'm talking about the average. I'm talking about like these like a beta cuck bullshit feminist men. I'm talking about like the actual like real man of society, like the regular like Joe Schmo on the street. He'll agree with a lot of what you're saying, but he's so whipped by his fucking wife that he'll never actually say it out in public. Though he's too afraid to say it out in public. But in private, if you're talking to a dude like one on one, no microphone around you, no camera around you, you're just talking to the guy. He'll probably agree with like 80% of what you're gonna say. He's not going to agree with like the extreme position of like take away the rights, but he's going to agree with like yeah that's true and that's true and that's true and that's true. You're like okay yeah looks do matter and this does matter and like yeah that's probably a little bit true too. Yeah, women are hypergamous and like, they'll agree with all that background stuff. And it's like all of a sudden you start realizing that shit you're not really alone here. It's just like you're just everybody's a fucking whip, dude. Yeah. The men go neat, work as hard as they can, or just take the shit. Oh, what else does it mean to be a black man law? Yep, and how would the trapped in a gold digging trap? God, this thing always jumps in a comment. Yeah, I'm subbed to him. I saw a few notifications pop up, and it was gone by the time I wanted to launch him. Holy shit. Over for black and married, so set a world scale 3D. Get the likes up. Okay. So social exclusion that gets to me as being an incel, it's a social suicide. Speaking of that new eye shooter, deleter, what do you call it? When a loser is a loser for years, eventually he will lose his mind. Yeah, very true. I actually agree with that. Um, yeah, eventually you run out of ways to like cope with the reality of the matter is that like to some extent you might just be a loser. Like you might have just been born to lose, and like nobody wants to hear that because like once you run out of excuses about why you failed and why you failed at everything you've ever done your whole life, the only conclusion is that well I just don't have what it takes, and no one wants to hear that because that's a hard pill to swallow. And I don't think a lot of people could truly accept that reality to some extent. Makes sense. When people take the black pill serious, that's when issues mentally happen. Should not be taken away of this. You should not be taken any of this serious and just laugh about it all honestly. Uh, you either explode, implode, or shut down. No other ways. Even delusion runs out eventually. Yeah. What is your channel all about? I'm new. I like black pill, social science, random shit. Yeah, like as he said here. Yeah. Absolutely, I lost my best friend. He was like blood when I didn't want to marry one of his wife's friends to keep me on the farm. Years of blood gone. Dang. Whew. Black pill social science, what is that? Oh my god, you don't know what fucking social science is? Dude, black pill shit? Whatever. What are the number one Geno eaters? Had a conversation that with an old normie friend the other day about his VP now. The world, bro, normies are losing hope too. Yeah, because you could once again like you can only like deny reality for so long. You can only deny like you can lie about the truth, but you can't. I think of what IRN says, but I'm gonna just not preface this. I'm gonna like try to like add lib it real quick. But you can lie about the truth, or you can deny the truth all you want, but you can't ignore the consequences of denying the truth. One of those things. I feel sick talking to new people. I don't know why. Probably anxiety or some shit. Usually interpreted as depressed truth, social science, I mean sociology, psychology, etc. It wasn't that you didn't try hard enough, you just weren't good enough, and that is okay. It's okay. Yeah, to some extent it is okay, but a lot of people can't accept that though, because like people have an inherent, at least in my opinion, have an inherent need to take full credit for their success, but pass off their failures for something else. So like if you succeed, like okay, well I did that and I succeeded and I worked hard and I don't know this. So you're gonna use that word I a whole lot. If you failed, then you're gonna say, well, it was raining and I had the sun in my eyes, and Jupiter wasn't aligned with Mars, and Susie and accounting, she fucked with the books, and this happened, that happened. You're gonna come up with a million reasons why you fail. And a lot of people have a hard time accepting the fact of the matter that okay, well, and they might accept like I don't know 20%, 30% responsibility for their failure, but they'll accept 100% of responsibility for this success. Like they love that shit. And like, when we're talking about the incel problem, it's like what makes the incel problem so unique and the black pill so unique is the fact of the matter that you basically are acknowledging that yeah, it is just me. Like it is literally just me. My genes are inferior. I'm not good looking enough, and it's just not gonna work. I don't have the social skills in some situations. I'm not NT. I'm not this. I'm not that. You are quite literally you're just admitting that I'm a failure, and at least from a dating perspective, wise, I'm a failure, and I can't make it happen. And like for some men they accept that truth. For some other men, like the moment they come to that realization, they go fucking crazy. Dude was an agent that incident seemed fake to me. The wording in subsequent articles is all psyop. Told you it's inevitable. Okay, so you meant social science and blackmail, yeah. I actually talked to a professor Waffles. I didn't think he was ugly enough to quit, but honestly, it wasn't a guarantee. Tragic. Okay. The question is really of choice. Do you want to start treating incels as potential terrorists? Jonathan Hall, who was a UK official independent reviewer of terrorism legislation on CNN. Yeah, I think I have an article from CNN I want to read tomorrow, and I have an article from the BBC I want to read tomorrow as well. I'm going to read both of those tomorrow when I'm covering this issue tomorrow. So, say it was just kind of kids, kind of a teaser video for that, or teaser screen for that. So, yeah. Being ugly is literally about to be illegal. Yep, just word fallacy all over again. Yeah, boy. Well, fact. Why do people confuse world with just fallacy and karma? Oh, you mean just world fallacy and karma? You tell me, dude. Hey, Jack, can you explain more about the occult and Kabbalah and shit? Okay, like what? Yes, and that leads to a potential of white pill at least. Yeah, 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 very true. Somebody asked you when was the last time you got laid. Always say a week. Oh, shit, dude. Dang. A lot of people accept their failures, but they think if they did X instead of Y, they would have succeeded. But you never had a chance to begin with. That's what they can't accept. Yeah, no, I think that's somewhat true as well. Yeah, they come with excuses where they say, "Well, had I done X, Y, and Z, it would have gone better." The reality of that, you have no clue, and that you would have probably lost anyway. More likely, he was a youthful idiot. That's why B pillars should never face Doc himself. He could have been suicided by Glowy and his own life persona used as an explanation. Like, what is the meaning behind it? Yeah, I mean, what do you want to know specifically? In any society, you got the rich and poor. The difference is how you gain the wealth, either by taking it with a group of men, war, or trading. If Prof. Waffles had a GF, it would have been averted the deletions, at least temporarily, till he got used and dumped, and he is in the cycle. At least while he is in the blue pill cycle, wouldn't have gone ER. Commented a few times with Professor Waffles too. He didn't seem like he'd go ER. Seemed like a pretty base guy. I guess he just snapped. Like, what is the? Oh, I don't know. Fuck it. Okay. If you don't interact with normies, you don't need to deal with questions of when was the last time you got laid. Hermit Max. Ah, yes. I mean, they don't differentiate between karma and luck, paradox, karma, and individual personality. Hmm. Was Professor Waffles on pills at all? How was his upbringing? Normies say it was because of not getting a GF. I don't believe that 100%. Hey, it's never one thing. It's probably like there's always a primary cause. Ever always like yeah, that might explain like I don't know half of the cause of something, and then the rest of it's like a bunch of like smaller factors that lead you there. You know, it wasn't just like one thing. It's normally a series of events that lead you somewhere, not just like oh one thing happened and the next thing happened. Well, no, very rare stuff like that happens. Yeah, it's almost like the whole idea of like when Caesar crossed the Rubicon. Oh, that caused it? Well, not really. It was a whole bunch of other shit that there's always a triggering event, but like yeah, it's like like there's a whole bunch of shit that happened before that led us here. Like it wasn't like just like he crossed the Rubicon and here we go, boy. It was like no, it wasn't just that. Like it wasn't just that, obviously. Let's see. You can't hermit max forever. Some of us have to deal with the real world. Yeah, triggering event. Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. Let's see, a half hour of this so far. Let's see. It's like faces start starting pretty soon, actually, or maybe not. Who fucking knows? How has everyone been though? The world's been pretty crazy. I gotta get back in the. Well, I've been doing pretty good at the gym actually, but yeah, gym's been going well. Uh, start classes pretty soon. All that shit. Have you seen Dashboard's last few streams? He finally has found Shangri-La and seems quite happy now. I never fucking catch his shit, dude. Yeah, I never actually catch his. I never catch his streams ever. Yeah, I never read the catch him. So yeah, I don't know what he's doing. The WoW community is garbage. Of course it is. It's only gotten worse from what I'm hearing, though. I mean, I think WoW's gone downhill. Oh yeah, there was another big happening that happened at Blizzard as well, where Blizzard or Activision had the whole fucking shit like you know the chicks were complaining basically saying that it was a very misogynistic work environment, crazy parties going on in the office. So that was another huge kind of not really into related story, but another story related to like the societal issues that happened very recently actually. So yeah. And then there's the story of that one basketball player who basically got sent up by a known like thought, basically like a straight up thought. She's had sex with like a million athletes, you know, banged a bunch of dudes. and he's the one fool that got her pregnant. It's like, well, you're an idiot. That's why I find it so interesting. It's knowledge is hidden in plain sight. Only few can see it. Exactly. It's like the Adolf Weatherfield art student, therefore it's laughable. Yeah. Diablo 2 remaster. Yeah, very true. Shangri-La, Faith is starting in 3 hours, a wallet commercial later. Oh god. Been fine. Alright. I feel like shit. I tried to explain to this porn star the difference between karma and visualism. She keeps bullshitting like she believes that everyone is equal. Yeah, I actually have a hard time. At this point in my life, I've definitely like rejected the whole concept of equality of wholesale. Um, I don't even think human beings really want it. At the end of the day, like anything, it's just an ideal, and nobody really cares about it. Nobody actually lives their life by it. People only care about equality when it benefits them, and they care about being unequal, or basically being like special when it benefits them. So like if you can find a situation where equality benefits you, you're gonna cry about equality. And if you find a situation where being special benefits you, you're gonna be like, well, look how special I am. Like yeah, nobody gives a fuck about shit, dude. Shit's a fucking lie. Always has been. PJ Washington got what he deserved, to be honest. Yeah, yeah. She's a fucking idiot. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Okay. Female at my job got the manager position just because she's female and was stuck up. She sucks at being a manager and tries to make us do our job. That's another thing. Like, I was talking with somebody else about like being a manager versus being a worker. A lot of people think those like the problem with a huge portion of like corporate America in general, and I would say goes for not even just corporate America, but I would say for a lot of companies, is that we've come up with this like system of like where you basically promote people based on like seniority, and it's like, well, that doesn't make any sense because like just because somebody is good at one task doesn't necessarily mean that they have the ability to manage somebody doing that same task. They might know how the process works, which is a benefit, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they are a manager too. It doesn't mean they know how to manage people because that's also a skill that needs to be cultivated and used. If you never managed anything other than like managing your fucking like, family and shit like that, you have no clue how to manage individual people. Therefore, like you're gonna end up becoming a very shitty manager at your job. You're gonna be very bad at your job because like you never actually did and had any real experience like with managing people on the job ever. But like you might be a really good assembly line worker, but you might be a bad so I think called the former so the foreman or the foreman or the line. I mean, you might be a really bad like a line manager, where like you can't manage the line because like you don't have the skill to do that. And we do that shit a lot, dude, in this country. It's just weird. Brittany Renner was in the stands when Washington was at college. He was like 17 years old. Holy shit. Oh my god, yeah, I heard that story though, but it's just sad, dude. And doesn't she have a video literally saying that like if you're like trying to get money, just fucking athlete, get pregnant by an athlete, and just get money that way? Like she had a little bit of the video out saying that. I was like, okay. Been playing a lot of video games lately, catching up on many good goals. There's that. Water, wet, etc. She was able to use some Wicca on that gullible dude. What do you think about Ellen Page becoming a male? Oh gosh, it was fucking weird, dude. The whole thing's weird. That's exactly what I wanted to know. Oh, okay. You get what you fucking deserve, yeah. MLD was calling out black pill content creators for creating Professor Waffles. Oh, was he? Whatever. If anything, MLD is just as likely to create a crazy person as well. I mean, like you're selling somebody lies. You're selling them hopium, and when it doesn't work out, you keep selling them more and more hopium to keep them off the black pill for the most part. And it's like, okay, well, do what you gotta do, dude. But like at some point, the hopium hits stop hitting as hard, and eventually you need to be weaned off it at some point. Every cope has its end. Yeah. Quality is just a nicer way of saying social regulation. Justice serfdom sounds better than slavery. Oh shit. Yes, I understand that some parts of Europe had serfs. Europe serfs did better than slaves. Yeah, yeah, very true. Imagine being a high tier state citizen wishing you were an incel man. What the fuck? I play in short spurts, like complete level play for like 2 hours and get bored again. The days of playing 12 hours is over for me. Yeah, yeah. People are so dumb-minded to see inequality until they really become traumatized into the consequences of it and see how shitty our life is. I'm doing great now. Call it cope, but I genuinely don't desire a relationship anymore. I'm done with Floyd. I'm completely fine with my right hand. As I grow older, I'm gonna hurt my max. All right. Let's see. I'll say this one with my over 15 in the workforce. People between 25 and 35 are the best managers. You don't know PJ Washington? How he was trapped to make child support for an instant thought for 200K a month. You need to up your IQ, man. Yeah. Ellen Pill's hot too. Ugh. A lot of managers are too damn old not to touch. That's very true. It's over. Who's your favorite male model? What the fuck? Okay. Tell me, Max. The only one's useful to me is the Book of the Law. Sure got Mom to Tom or all and the one book where he describes his experience with writing the Book of the Law. You like the knowledge we are in discover mystery based on alchemy? Uh, maybe took the gay pill. Basically Gnostic. Yeah. Shall we rebrand the BP? We should adopt the term clear pill just to piss off Curtis Yarvin. Astrology has helped me a lot in trading. All right. What's up, my dude? What's up, dude? On second thought, that acronym, though. Has anyone seen Brandon Walsh's GF? I know I don't, because I live in a different country where this love, influences, etc., are more important than me. I learned a lot from David Cochran, who actually had an evidence-based approach for understanding the signs. Damn, they're trying to force us to take gene therapy at the gig. Hope this latest exemption works. Dang. All right, let's do this shit. Let's done enough talking. Copy the clipboard. It's still up. It is still up. Thank God. I left the thing up. All right, let's do this shit. Oh my God, do this. Post that there. Pin the message. All right, buddy Boyle, come on here and. Mr. School, will there be more inkwells doing mass deletions or offing themselves? You think? Absolutely, it's coming, dude. I think that we're gonna see an extreme epidemic of lonely ass fucking people in general, but mostly men in the future. It's only because after these people's parents start dying off like fucking roaches, they're gonna have nobody to look to actually like, oh, who can I go to now? Who can I talk to now about my problems now? I have no parents. I have very few friends, no girlfriend, no wife, no kids. What are people gonna do when they're under age like 45, 50, and nobody gives a fuck about them anymore, dude? What, like, no one gives a fuck. What are they gonna do? They're gonna be really fucking alone, dude. Did I miss me the memes? What the fuck? No, they're coming tomorrow, dude. I'm not in my house right now, so it's coming tomorrow. Don't worry. Tomorrow's stream should be pretty fun. We're gonna have articles. We're gonna have memes. A lot of shit tomorrow for sure. And so worth in 2106. God. The only thing left is siblings to go to when parents die. Yeah, if you even have siblings though, and a lot of siblings, depending on the fucking situation, might not even like each other. So like, yeah, if you have siblings, you might have that to hang out with. Other than that, though, dude, like, the expectation that you're supposed to have your own family, and they have their own families, and you kind of stick to your own, and you might meet up like once every 5 years for like a family reunion. And instead, what we have now is like these fucking like, nobody has shit, dog. Like nobody has anything, and we're gonna be wondering how this could have happened. And it's like, well, look at the social trends happening. What do you mean? What do you mean? How the fuck did this shit happen? You're out of your fucking mind, dude. Okay, let's invite this guy. Uh, wait. Oh, there we go. Add to stream.
Yo, it's been a minute.
Welcome back, my dude. Welcome back.
Yeah, I've been fucked around the Black Manosphere for the last 2 weeks, man. Shit.
Oh, have you? All right.
Yeah.
What's been going on over there?
Shit. I was not.
What's been the big news other than this story here? But like, I'm feeling more from a black manager perspective. What's the big news over there?
Oh, I don't think there is any.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Shit. Bernard Riley. I think he actually. Yeah. He had a stream about this subject like a few hours ago, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
That's crazy. You actually cover this topic? Holy shit! Didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I don't know who the person even is. Unknown what? I'm not adding unknown E. I don't know who you are. This is not worth my time. I'm sorry. I'm too afraid to do that one. I've been burned too many times adding people I don't fucking know who they are. It's just not worth it. Oh boy. Looking back, it's been a while, dude.
It's been a hell of a while.
Mystery sounds white. I know. Everybody says that shit, dude. Everybody says that shit. Fuck.
I mean,
I'll
it's
hop
a
on here for
generic.
you.
Yeah, it's a
Just get some
generic
coffee.
American accent, man. But
Yeah, I guess so.
it's like one of them default Mass Effect voices and shit. Just like, yeah.
Default Matt. Oh God, default Matt voice. Holy shit. God, mystery of the 7'6" albino ginger Chinaman. Oh God. Of course. Is Lash there? Are you there?
Sup, boyos?
Oh, there you
Yeah.
are. I was like, what the hell happened? I was like, shit.
No, I was
I
trying
was
to.
afraid like your mic wasn't plugged in or something. I was like, oh shit, well.
No, I was trying to figure out why there was an echo. Then I realized, oh wait, I still have YouTube playing.
God, what is going on, my dude? It's been a while.
Work, man.
God.
my
Work never
part-time
fucking
job.
ends, dude.
My part-time job has turned into a full-time job.
You getting full-time pay at least?
No, well, I'm still technically part-time. Just
Yeah,
a lot
they
of,
paying you for your time. So.
yeah. Just a lot of overtime now.
Is the overtime worth the money or what?
Well, anything. Yeah, it really is.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah, before
Sure.
the fucking fall, once the moratorium ends, when they inevitably can't pay for that shit.
It's coming, dude.
I'm doing like financially, I'm doing pretty good, so I'm not worried about that. Like I'm still paying my rent and all that.
Nice. Oh boy, so what's everybody here think about the news? The Plymouth tragedy.
I didn't even bother looking it up.
But surely you know what happened though, right?
Like no,
You know the basics, right?
I was told like it was a 5-year-old. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's accurate.
basically I'm not particularly sure who. I know the 5-year-old is definitely one, and then he shot like he deleted 5 people, and one of them was a 5-year-old for sure.
Okay. I mean, it's like sad and a tragedy, but it's like it's just that's I don't know, man. It's just an inevitable consequence of what's happening, like with everything going on. Like, what do you expect men to do? Like, it sucks that it happened, but and it's code and clinical to think about like that, but I don't know.
It's not even. It's just honest. Like, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? Like, it's as simple as that. It's not even complex. It's just.
And yeah, I have to agree with Mystery and like everybody else. Like, yeah, this is just gonna get more common.
Yeah, it's just the reality of the system right now. There's too many people who are left out of the game, so to speak. And
I mean, it's people who really have nothing to lose. They have nothing to live for. They're disenfranchised. They're abandoned by the society they're supposed to help support, but doesn't support them.
And I can already. Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
I can already see how they're gonna misinterpret it when there's more of this shit going on. Regular people are gonna be like, "Oh man, the incels are getting more violent," but I think it's more gonna be. I think the main thing isn't incels getting more violent. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think proportionally is going to be the same. I think it's just going to be that many more fucking incels and disenfranchised dudes.
Is it like 100% confirmed he was an Inkwell?
I don't even fucking know. We just know he was like a 4chan level sympathizer.
Like, because based on what I've read, like he was watching like a wheat waffle video.
Yeah, he like reviewed the wheat waffles versus vegan gains debate. He also referenced he was at least subscribed to ITV or Info TV.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that just means he was black pilled, though. It doesn't mean.
yeah. I mean,
But at the
guilt
end
by
of the day,
association, I guess.
those communities aren't really like they aren't the same thing, but they're effectively tied at the hip to some extent right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can be black pilled and not an inkwell, but it's pretty hard to be an inkwell and not be black pilled.
Yeah,
I would disagree with that. I would say who's wearing the pussy hat back in 2016?
Yeah. Okay, you're very I was gonna say
You think they were out there hitting it?
Yeah, it's very accurate and accurate to say that. It's true. Like even in my video where it's like you talk about the hierarchy thing, it's like there's very few black pill incels. A lot of them are just like
blue pill.
You have your blue pill, and you might have a few red pill cobras who are like literally doing the whole fucking like let me just take a shower and literally fucking get a haircut.
Just wear some cologne, bro.
Yeah, there's the actual black pill incels who are like probably a small minority of incels.
Just spray some Axe body wash or some shit.
Yeah, spray some Axe and you'll fucking walk into a room and then we'll walk to like a fucking commercial.
Just hit the gym, work on your confidence.
Confidence, my god, what a fucking joke. But yeah, like a lot of them are just like blue pill simps who are it's what they are. They are what they are rather.
That's the fucked up thing about it. It's literally incels on every side of the argument. Nobody understands that shit.
I think they're related. I see black pill as nothing. I was noticing that both inkwells and blue pill simps are the same boat, even if they don't see it. Yeah, they really. Yeah, these two communities are really they're in the exact same situation. It's just one of them has taken the solution of like, well, if you can't beat them, join them. So like you're literally either going trans or going fucking or just like joining the fucking overall like zeitgeist of like feminism and saying men are bad because they think it's gonna get some pussy. Or you have on the other side, you have the black pill insults who are like, I'm in the same situation as you, but I'm not gonna like I'll lower myself to the level of fucking like literal eunuch, at this point. So
I'll say this as a former liberal though, you don't like social liberal. You don't exactly have to be in that shit because you think it's gonna get you like punene. Like it is very possible to just be a moral person and you just don't really know any better, mainly because you might not have experience to even like test your social theories. Like, oh yeah, people being equal, yeah, that sounds fine. What the fuck could be wrong with that? And you've never had sex before and never been with a woman, so you would never be able to even dispel your illusions and shit. So you just end up with a pussy hat and think helping humanity.
Yeah, it really comes. It really helps to understand like how systems function and like how groups operate. Like equality, everybody to an extent believes that people should be equal, like under laws and stuff, but that's not really how nature operates. Nature doesn't operate like on an equal basis.
I wouldn't even go that far. I'd even back up a little bit. I would just say the assumption that men and women think the same way.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a dude, because your mind, like, if you haven't had experience with the other sex enough, your mind is like the only model for a working brain that you have. So you just assume everybody thinks the exact same way you do.
Yeah, I mean, because men and women have different priorities when it comes to that. That's just a biological reality.
Yeah, men are straightforward as hell. So if you hear men demanding something, you assume, oh, that's what they want. They ask for it. So there's obviously nothing deeper than that. You go around to the other sex, like no, things are indirect as hell. Some things are symbolic. some things are asking for things they don't want, but want you to have the opposite reaction. Like,
yeah, it's more cryptic, excuse me.
yeah. And you go in there, unknowing dumbass, you give people exactly what they ask for, and then they're mad at you. And you wonder, like, or like being a moral dude. Like, what the fuck? I did. Like, yeah, just being a blue pill moral dude is like a function of that. Like, what the fuck? I did everything they told me to do because they
Yeah, it's
said it
like
would get me here.
the joke now is that, oh, well, he's a nice guy. He's one of those nice guys. But it's like, yeah, because that's what people were brought up believing. It's like, yeah, being a nice guy was supposed to make you more appealing to the opposite sex. And then when you grow up in this generation, you realize, oh, wait, that doesn't apply anymore.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a very scary thing. I talked to my mom about actually. I was talking to her upstairs about how like when I got home yesterday, got to her house yesterday, I was like, oh, yeah, like it's very sad because like a lot of these men and even some women as well, they grew up in a system to where like okay, like if you grew up in a very conservative household and you get taught like okay, well you're gonna be a good Christian boy, not a no sex, blah 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 blah. But society has moved past that point. Then like you're literally at a massive disadvantage. It's like basically you're playing the game with all like the all the rules, everything's going fine. It's like playing with a game with like a rigged deck, and like you have a no clue that the deck is rigged. So like, you're playing the game the way it's supposed to be played, and the other guy has been cheating the whole time. And it's like okay, well it's like you'd be an idiot not to do what he's doing as well because you're going to lose at that point. And it's like it's a very sad situation to be in because like like these men were supposed to be the quote unquote the good men, the decent men, the men who did the right thing, and now it's like oh well, had they been born back like back in the 1950s, 1940s, 1930s, okay, or even not even 30, but 1950s, 60s, 70s, or even some parts of the 70s, like they might have actually done okay. Being a virtuous person was considered to be a good thing. Now it's like if you're virtuous, you're right in today's society, you're a fucking idiot. Like you're literally a naive fool to be taken advantage of because people will because like you come off as really naive and stupid, and it's like oh yeah, he's an easy mark at this
Yeah.
point.
Mystery, I would say it's even worse than what you're saying. We're not just talking about like, oh, the happy go lucky. We're talking about the literal men that found the foundation of a working society, and you're
Yeah.
punishing them for it. What the
Yeah.
fuck do you expect to happen?
Yeah, working men, carry society to the future. And when you have a disenfranchised working male population who's basically just not only given up on life, but is now actively like seeking its destruction, it's just bad news bears all around.
Yeah, it's like fucking over your bodyguard until he kills you. Even if you kill him back, you're still just out there about to die anyway. It's like so many level. Oh man, it's like
And then like
running to fall off a cliff and shit. I don't know.
and then like she kept saying like oh well they should find someone who's like them, but it's like I'm like but no, the problem is that like if greater overall society, if like the average person has moved past your virtuous standards and you're still practicing them, then like the pool of people you can interact with is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. The pool of what you could call virtuous people is so small to where like you're not going to have a community of people you can hang out with. You're not going to have any a girlfriend you can like go to or something like that. Those women are all gone now. Women now have higher body counts than men do at this point. So like this idea that you're going to find some like oh I can find a church girl, it's like that's not going to happen for you probably not. Like the odds of you finding that are extremely low. So, like what you're saying is that this person has to basically play IRL Dark Souls in real life, IRL Dark Souls, and like the guy who cheated his way through life, I guess to play the game on easy mode. It's like okay, well like the system's so like it's just perverse and like reverse at this point. It's just really fucked.
That and even if you find that sort of unicorn chick, the level of competition is going to be so high because there's so few that she basically doesn't exist anyway.
Yeah, very true as well.
Like,
yeah,
she's gonna be married at like fucking 18 to 20. Like it's a wrap.
And then like of course there's like this. I mean, at the end of the day, let's say you are a one of those quote unquote virtuous people. You follow the at least you virtuous by society standards. You followed all the rules. You did everything right. Okay, well, all that means is that you're just a sucker, and to some extent, the smart ones will realize really early on that okay, well, I have to break some rules to get ahead. I have to break some of my moral code to get ahead, and I have to bend a lot of rules to get ahead as well. Because like I can't I'm not gonna play the game the way it's meant to be played because I can't. If I actually want to succeed in life right now, I have to play the game the way it's being played right now. I can't like be a good guy today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was raised very conservative. Yeah. Well, boy.
My condolences.
I wasn't raised to be one way or I was just, well, I guess I was just raised to try to be a decent person. I don't know if like conservative or liberal or whatever that is.
No, I understand what you mean. Just raised to be normal.
Yeah.
Not normal is somehow like weird.
Yeah, treat others the way you would want to be treated.
Like, hey, son, don't be a dick.
What's up, buddy boyos?
Hydraulics.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we sound pretty good.
Cool. I'm using the wired mic today, so.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna second that. My dad went through a brutal life, so in a way, he was definitely black-pilled. So from a early age, he taught me about the reality, quote unquote. But yeah, I think on my mom's side, I was totally blue-pilled. He's like, oh, just be good, just be kind. You'll find the right girl.
Yeah, that's what
She'll come to you, that kind of garbage.
Yeah, like the whole thing about you'll find the right girl. That's completely wrong. But like they're not completely wrong about quote unquote being a good person, but you have to be very very selective with who you're a good person to at this point in your life. You can't just be like naturally good to everybody because people will easily take advantage of you. You can't just be a walking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my dad's advice was like, fuck bitches, women are like shirts, you'll be changing them daily. And my mom's advice is like, oh, just be nice, you'll find the right girl.
Huh.
Man, and it's like both of those are wrong now.
I actually know who the guy is. I'm gonna let him in here. Kind of Woodlands. I know who he is, so it's fine.
Oh shit! Yeah, at least from way back.
You know what's crazy? Ready? They think they are good people. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Or it's almost like basically like, doing that shit. It's like, I think I brought this up like a few weeks ago, but it's like, like everybody's on TikTok now or on Twitter, basically exposing how much of a bad person they are. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a shitty person. Like people openly put like a badge of themselves saying I'm extremely depressed. It's almost become like having a mental illness has become like a badge of honor now. Like, oh, I'm fucked up too. Look how fucked up I am. It's like, what? What's going on?
I was seeing that behavior 10 years ago.
It's just become like definitely, I guess maybe because I'm seeing it more recently now. It's just like TikTok. TikTok's so fucking like prolific now. It's just insane to me. It's like people are just like wearing that shit like a badge of honor. It's like, well, I'm a bad bitch. I'm this. I'm that. I'm like I'm a hoe. It's like, what are you doing? Those things didn't used to be a good thing. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah. Oh, you go sister, or oh dude, we're all crazy too. It's like okay, like.
It's a celebration that they have male levels of agency. Like it's like all the good of the sexes and none of the bad shit. Oh, you get to be as free as a man and as protected as a woman, and that's it. That's the feminist ideal.
Yeah, I was gonna add, man. So I'm in the 30s generation. And then, I could say I have normie friends. And, earlier we were talking about when their parents are gone and, they're all by themselves. They can't get their own families or, people around them. I really think that's when the ER is about to start en masse.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. Yeah.
Yeah, like one of my friends went through a divorce of his parents, so they're like split, but I mean they're like 60 or in their 50s. I mean, if you're in your 50s, 60s, you don't have that much time. So it's like,
Yeah.
Might as
you
well
know,
just go out with a bang.
and like I mean, his dad's like in his late 50s, so assuming he lives till like 70, 80, that's still another 10, 15 years. But yeah, by that time, we'll be in our 40s and 50s. Like, you know, then what? Like after your parents are gone, you have no kids, no wife, no nothing. I say, stock up on self-defense and protect yourselves. Avoid crowds.
Shit, Draws, I just thought of something.
Yo,
The fucking the fucking Chinese special, I won't say it here. And that's basically the boomer remover. So like think of how much that shit speeds it up because it's not going away.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that it probably, like everything with the pandemic going on, was probably an accelerant for that too.
Hell yeah. It's
wait,
just like
wait, hold on. I gotta clarify. When you say Chinese special, are you talking about the one-child policy?
no, the global
Chat 19.
yes, the global present that keeps on giving.
Yeah. Chad,
Definitely.
Chad,
19, yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, that for once isn't gonorrhea. Yeah. The
The
gift that keeps
Chad
on giving.
Delta.
Yeah,
It's
the
Delta for now. We already talked about Lambda. I think that comes from Peru in 2020.
Just wait until Chad Omega, man.
no, I'm waiting for Terra Chad variant.
Yeah, it's coming, dude.
Celestial Chad.
Knock us all out.
Maximum over Chad and shit.
It's like Giga Chad is so over. It's like you need quintillion Chad or some shit.
Like Kirby level Chad. I don't know.
Don't get taken advantage of because they will. Yeah.
Okay. None of y'all have a Nintendo. All right.
Oh, what was it?
No. It's past now. Same family.
Exactly. It's not a binary. It's selectively kind. Yeah, very true. Like you can't be kind to everybody. Some people don't. Some people don't deserve your kindness. At the end of the day, they just don't. Like fuck them. You can find the right one if you just start to attract the right one. Oh God.
Oh man, I had to correct them. I told them you'll get the right ones or attract the right ones when you're Chad.
Yep.
Y'all ever heard this one? There's like 4 billion women on Earth. You're bound to get one.
Yeah.
Or that one before.
Yeah, there's more women than there are men. So it's like
They never take into account that women live longer than men, and that the fact matter that there's a bunch of old women who are alone, and on the bottom tier of that, or the bottom levels of like society, where the age brackets are people are so young, I think it's actually reversed now, where there's actually more men than women. So yeah.
Yeah, plenty of fish in the sea, my ass.
But what does it matter if all the fish, all the women have the same criteria? What does it matter?
Yeah, true.
It's like imagine there are like 10 walls. They are all 10 feet high, and somebody tells you if you cannot climb this one wall, then there are many other walls around you can try to climb over, but it won't work. Too high. Standards are
Yeah.
too high.
Yo, speaking about this, right? Hey, Mystery, are you able to share screen today or anything like that?
I'm not. No, I'm on my phone today, so tomorrow I have more stuff though for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So this meme came out pretty recently, and it's like I think I need to find the bookmark again, but it's the female delusional calculator.
Oh shit!
Oh, no, I've seen that come out. Yeah. I actually put my stats in there, and apparently for Black Fit, I'm like at like the 0.009 something. I'm like, oh my god.
Yo, so I put my stats in. If a Foyd was looking for me, her chances of finding me is 0.0003%.
Holy shit. Who the fuck is Goran? I'm not letting you in here, dude. You gotta at least like say who the fuck you are before I let anybody else new in here. The last time I got burned by that fucking troll. I'm not doing this shit again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made it when trolls
you guys haven't. Oh man.
It's like we made it officially when trolls want to join.
Yeah, we made it pretty far here in the stream.
Apologies to the handler, of course. Goddamn. Y'all remember that shit? All right.
It's past now, dude. We can't go back in time. If
Yeah, I
my
guess.
parents were going to the gas chamber, I wouldn't save them because they can't help me find a good wife. So fuck
God
them.
damn.
Damn.
Damn, man.
Don't get used. Yeah, very true. Don't get used, literally. Oh, that's basically what I was trying to say. I work in retail. Nobody cares about anything. Yeah, true. The right one will come when you check. Yeah.
Hey, Blood
TikTok is
Raven.
endemic. Yeah, very true. Oh, I thought Blood Raven's back. Yeah. Um, I would love to hear Jack Nickelback opinion on MGTOW.
All right,
I'm sure
I can
he's given
answer.
it before. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can answer that real quick. MGTOW, it wasn't incels that marked the end of society. It was definitely the MGTOW because that signified that okay, it's official that men are now okay with bowing out of society and not building it anymore. Like, at that point, everything else is just fucking window dressing.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
a little bit of truth to that. I would say it's enough truth to that. Yeah. Well, at least that was like the start for sure.
I mean, just as a like psychological, just as like a psychological stage, like that's like if you already have that many men who are openly willing to say that shit, and it's not getting any better, like it's, like okay, you know what? Fuck society. I don't want to build this shit anymore. I don't want to take part. All right, it's a wrap.
Is that really you, Richard Cooper? I can't tell because sometimes you change your icon.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, you sound really far away though. Is your fan running?
Yeah, turn that off for a second.
If I
Can you
hear
hear me now?
Brian,
Can you hear me now?
You still sound pretty. Okay, you sound pretty good. Okay, you're good.
Okay. For some reason, I don't know why, it goes through the laptop audio instead of the
Yeah.
my headset, which is really weird. But I hear you through my headset.
That's so fucking
so
weird.
sorry.
That's
yeah.
fine.
Are we going to have a stream tomorrow also?
Yeah, we're having tomorrow. Yeah, we're doing that tomorrow.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm changing the picture too because I want to start separating from the red pill completely, and I think this is more fitting. But
Okay.
you know, I don't know. There's something happening tomorrow. I don't know. I feel like it's the marker for a lot of these things.
Why?
Something's going on tomorrow.
Do tell.
Yeah, do tell.
Have you had a dream?
No, not like that. It's just watching the market and all the stuff going on. There's something just fucking weird going on tomorrow.
But you're expecting it. In most cases, if you expect something, it has to happen. It has to happen. Then it doesn't happen.
It's not like that. I don't mean in like a biblical sense.
Are you expecting some sort of like big news to come out of something, or what? Like earth-shattering news is gonna like affect the markets in a real negative way or something, or what?
It's just, I think it's a tipping point tomorrow, and I can't really explain any better than just all the things I see.
Wait, hey, Richard, are you talking about the markets?
It's just everything's related.
Yeah, sure.
Everything's related. That's what I'm saying. The news, the market, everything's strangled. There's something about tomorrow I don't really understand, but there's something weird.
Okay.
Because I think that Biden 3.5 billion trillion plan or whatever, I think hasn't like officially been enacted, but
There's just something there's a bunch of things. Let's put it that way. But there's like something weird will happen because of that.
Are you talking about the America First Again policy that Biden is trying to enact? Is that the main catalyst?
Going on with the withdrawal from Afghanistan, a bunch of other things. OPEC doesn't want to pump more oil. There's a bunch of things happening once, and I just feel like there's going to be like a Reichstag tomorrow, and I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yo, but the inflation on gas is at 42%. Like,
yes, because they don't want to pump. He thought look, if they're going to pull out of Afghanistan with a pipeline, there's no way the Saudis are going to play. They bit off more than they can chew. I just feel like there's going to be a Reichstag tomorrow or Monday. There's just something really weird.
Yeah, and the Taliban already reclaimed like 6.
They already did. They already reclaimed it.
Yeah, it's over, dude. It's over.
So they already withdrew. Like the whole Middle East is further going destabilized. I can see why they don't want to pump more oil. And the biggest insult is they fucking canceled the Keystone project, which
Yes.
would have at least alleviated much of the
Right,
you
and
know
it lets
problem.
Putin put pressure now on China because it was just a real fuck up, is what I'm saying. They bit off more than he can chew.
Okay, I'll keep
Something
an eye out.
tomorrow. I don't know exactly.
Okay, when you say he bit off more than he could chew, you talking about Biden or another state?
It's just something weird.
I'm gonna assume you have to mean Biden, or at least his administration for sure.
I just think they fucked up. They fucked up on something. Remember, I told you sometimes you just stop.
They're gonna make a mistake, right?
Yes.
The only
And I
thing
think they
I've
went
heard
too
is
far.
the only
They
thing
made
I've
a
heard is that
mistake.
This is what happens when you have a female vice president. God damn it! Now the world's ending.
yeah.
I swear.
The
Yeah,
only thing I've heard is that farmers are having trouble keeping their livestock fed.
I know.
Oh.
We had there's food shortages is probably very likely. So I would start stocking up food, in my opinion. Honestly, I would start doing that shit now. The price of meat is like insanely going up, so I would start getting. If you're gonna buy food, get it now. I'm being dead serious about that shit. Like,
Yeah, I got like at least a year and a half worth of food stocked up, so I'm okay on that. But I was gonna add, dude, like, have you seen the new BS in California for pork? And then it went.
Prices tell me I didn't on that specifically.
So there's a new law that's being passed already in California. It's like some humane treatment for pigs bullshit. You know, the green movement, the Care Bear animal lovers. So they're basically saying that if you don't humanely treat your pork, you know, you can't sell it in California. And California like consumes about like almost 15 to 20% of the pork market in the U.S. And then I think it went up all the way up to the Supreme Court and got rejected because only Congress can dictate interstate commerce. But then California is now forcing all the states to conform to their standards, which is fucking bullshit. And then what was it? California only consumes like 250 million pounds of pork, but only produces about 20% of it in state. And so
wow.
yeah, like literally in the next year, I don't think there will be pork in California because it's just fucking up everybody,
Okay.
including the farmers. That's how cucked it is. And I love my bacon too, but I'm glad I don't live in California.
I don't know what the fuck.
More blue state policy destroying America.
I don't think there's a good state, but
God, Richard Cofer, you just came here, dropped this bombshell. Well, we need more of the goods, my dude.
yeah, I will say this: like, even for this place, you kind of took away the last bit of hope we didn't even know we had left.
Yeah, like fuck, dude. didn't expect us to show up. Like, what the hell? Oh God. Let's see. Where the hell are the fucking comments at? I can't read them. Give me a sec. They went away or some shit.
Well, I got stock in AMC because I figured if the market crashed, this shit would go gangbusters. Strangely,
I've been living off of beans for like the last 2 months, so I'm used to it by now.
yeah, it's the single male life now. So
Latent LMS baiting again. Well, I guess that's a.
who the fucking thought? Who the fucking
Yeah.
thought?
Or his stream will just not happen. One of the two.
You ain't gonna find out till like 9 o'clock. So it is what it is.
Do you think Chad gets a good woman in the West? Fuck no, dude. No fucking way.
No, probably not.
No, he
way.
doesn't. You just talked about the basketball player.
Yeah. You
None
don't
of
get
them are
shit, dude.
getting anything good. That's what I've
Yeah.
been. Do you see what I'm saying? Like the whole time when I keep
Yeah,
saying
the whole
it's
system's fucked, dude.
the whole fucking thing. Yes, That's why when I
Everything
say it's
sucks
not a
ass.
problem, I don't mean it's not a problem for you. That sucks, but it's like pretending that's the only problem is fucking ridiculous.
Oh no, nobody ever said that.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes it gets caught in that a bit. Let's be honest. That's all I'm saying. Not necessarily just this room. I'm talking about in general.
Yo, but you know it's good when what is it? Coach Greg talked about it. Better Bachelor talked about it. It's like PJ Washington deserved what he got. Like even Abba and Preach
No,
talked
I
about it.
don't know. No, dude, no. That's no.
Guy, what that with PJ Washington? Goddamn it, like shit.
Dude, but then it's the personification of the Zoomer. Like he was like what, 20 at the time? It's like, you know, thinking with little PJ over big brain PJ. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's fucking 2021. Like, how do you not know?
200,000. Damn.
Well, because they're too busy shooting cortisone into his knee to make sure he runs up a court. I mean, it's just that's you know what I'm saying. Like, well,
Hold on, I gotta slow
well,
this shit
true.
down. Wait, is this 200,000 a year? Or...
No, per month, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, per month.
just in that one thing. There's other things she gets.
Bro, Walter
That's just her
White did not
payment.
have those fucking
That's just her
rich dudes.
payments.
Yo, like, cause Dr. Dre dodged a bullet in a sense, cause his kids are all over 18, so she can't
Yes.
claim
It was
child support. This
Right.
is child support and
Yeah.
alimony.
Yeah.
Like PJ Washington.
She'll have
fuck,
half
dude.
his salary if he has a 10-year career. Easy.
Yep. Yeah.
He's playing 41 games for her.
Yeah, like there's
Think about that. You know?
like there is a part of me that can be sympathetic, but I don't know.
I'm not saying be sympathetic. I'm just saying either way, it sort of still avoids the point. The point is that rule exists because of the system. So you can say you should have known better or whatever. You know, maybe yes, but that's like the same thing they say to you guys. Just do it. Have a shower, bro. Was he never supposed to fuck her or something? You get what I'm saying? Like, it's the whole fucking thing. It's the whole fucking thing.
Yeah,
That's
it's a good.
Oh, God damn.
But now that this is more public, it's like a good, solid example.
Yes, it's a good thing to see it, but just say oh, we should have known better. No, I don't see it that way. I think that's an unbelievably strict. In this circumstance, it just shows how draconian those laws are.
Oh,
Like this wasn't like
we
he took
already know
advantage of some
the
mail
laws.
order fight or something. This was an opportunistic woman who was following him since he was a minor. I mean, come on, he's 20. He doesn't know anything. It's no, and that's not me like defending him. I don't really give a fuck about him. I'm just talking about you can't sit there and go like, oh, he should have known. You get a bunch of Asperger's Bruce Willis is going, oh, I know that. Yeah, he knows that at 48. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever.
Asperger's. All about that. All about that fucking shit. God damn it. That image is fucking burned to my skull. It's true though. You're not too wrong off the fucking mark there, Richard Cooper. You're not wrong. Like, yeah, he's a young idiot. He's probably not watching watching any content.
No,
Man,
but I kind of hold on.
Okay, go. Yes.
Yeah, because I kind of see, like, if I'm trying to put myself in PJ's shoes, it's like, bro, you're a Chad or Tyrone. You got money. You're up and coming. You're like a star, right? Like, why the fuck would you give about any of this, societal issues? Like, you're in the winning group, so why would you give a shit? It's only the people that fall through the cracks that know about this hard times, right?
Wait, hold on.
So-
I gotta ask an important question before we go on. Is his dad in his life?
That I don't know.
Don't know.
But
Okay,
yeah,
so
my
I'll do-
point. Yeah, but my point was, it's like Chad doesn't give a shit about incels. Like he's winning, he's slaying, like Foyds weekly. It's like, why would you care about the other?
Oh yeah,
people
fuck
that
him.
can't?
Oh no, I get you. See, that's what I mean when I say
Yeah.
like I don't like the law. I didn't mean like I care about him. That's not. No, it's like that's binary thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah.
that it's
All I
like
was
it's
saying-
one thing to go I don't care, but also like holy like okay, let's make this up. Let's say you heard someone shoplifted tomorrow. I'm just doing this as a hypothetical, right? Someone shoplifts and you go, whoa, he shouldn't do that. And they go, what'd they do? They go, oh, they shot him into outer space and he exploded. You'd be like, well, I mean, he shouldn't have shoplifted, but holy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I guess my point was, he was winning in life. Like why would he give a shit about, societal issues like draconian laws like that. But I guess you live and learn.
Oh wait, hold on. So you were going for the maybe like it's good that he sees it. Yeah, I get that. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking that sometimes like the crowds on those channels, it starts becoming sort of like indignation sort of towards those things, like where they just live through the pain of it. I don't know. That maybe I'm thinking something different.
Other players would have told this motherfucker not to do this shit. It's not rockets. Like it's not like these laws just appeared yesterday. Like everybody knows what's up. Like it's not.
Yeah, everybody just thinks they're going to be the exception to the law. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to be the one that not overcomes the law, rather, but can keep the woman happy enough not to not get the law used on me,
Yeah, I got a question for Count. Like, are the divorce grape laws in Germany that bad as well, or in Europe?
I'm sorry, hydraulics?
Yeah, is the divorce grape laws in Europe as bad as the US?
I'd say it's just as bad. I don't think there are much differences. Germany is also very China-centric. You have this in the news all the time. Yeah, how disadvantaged women are and how bad men are. So it's the same, maybe even worse.
Like in terms of the income thing, because it's in America, it's like such bullshit. It's a fixed price based on your income. So like Dr. Dre gets graped like 300K a month. Is that even possible like in the UK or Europe?
No, I think it's the same. I don't
Man.
know. I have to check that, but yeah, things are definitely not much better. Probably even worse.
Marriage law not changing. Uncle Sam needs that hopeless romantic money. Oh God, not
Yeah,
wrong.
sure.
How many are there going to be left by the time this decade ends? Like fucking 2.
Yeah, eventually the math doesn't add up, right? Because mystery? What did you say was the you said like what was the increasing rate like for second, third, fourth divorce type of thing like that? You said something like you said it's like a multiplier, like it's not even. You said it's like not a flat rate. Like in other words, like the person who has like 2, it's like almost 90%, the third and fourth, and yada yada yada.
Oh yeah. I know what you're referencing. I can't remember the exact numbers, but yeah.
Okay, but let's just say it's exponential, right? It's not just like it stays 50, right? And I think that's sort of what Jack is like alluding to. That it's like at some point, the multiplier would reach 99.99% because it would just be people doing it like every fucking year or something like that. Yeah, like there would that small group of people who had like one divorce, then remarried and stayed married till they died isn't the norm either anymore. The norm is like 2 to 3. It's so crazy,
Oh yeah, I remember this stat. Like I think the divorce rate first marriage is like 55% or whatever, and if you have been remarried with the divorce, it's like it gets higher, like 70, and then like by the third, it's like 80.
Okay, right. That's what I meant. I do remember something on it, but let's say like instead of being exact, we know that it's like it increases. It's not like okay, so it didn't work out, and then it's like okay, but the next one has a higher success rate. No, it has a lower success rate. So that's what I mean. Eventually,
exactly. Yeah,
it just adds up that if everyone keeps doing it, again, it's probability, but that means if the closer it gets to probability, the fraction gets smaller of success because it's a multiplication. So it becomes 50%, then 50 times 50 is 25%. You see what I'm saying? Eventually, it goes to 0.
I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about first attempts. Like, the culture is going to change to the point where being married is not going to be considered manly at all.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, what I was trying to say was that it used to be that the first boomer era one led to a successful one after. That's all I was trying to say.
Yeah,
so now it's like it's just like instead of breaking up, it's like it used to be you broke up with your girlfriend. It's like now we're having a massive divorce. Like what? She's not your wife. She's your girlfriend.
Yeah, kids are going to see that, so they're going to be like, I don't want that shit to happen, and they're just not going to try in the first place. Hell no, my uncle, man, got raped over the coals. I ain't doing that shit. All that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's another thing that pisses me off with the red pill sometimes. Like when Skeletor always talks about how, like, you should play the field till, you're 35. But then what? They're all fucking married. That's the whole thing. That's why everyone's freaking out, because they're not going to be able to do that at 35. Not going to be able just to settle down. You know, it's the whole thing. Jesus, you know.
Yeah, that's very true. Actually, yeah, they haven't like the problem is that like it's always a problem with boomer tier advice is that the advice no longer applies. So like the 25-year-old today, his dating pool of the next generation, if let's say he wants to dip down and somehow date the next generation, it's not gonna be it's impossible because that generation is gonna be so fucking small. He's not gonna have any options at all. So like his opportunity to like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck around till I'm 35, dog. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, that's why even that guy exactly. It's like, oh, I'm gonna fuck around and settle down. Yeah, sure. A very few of them. Most no. They're not going to be able to. They're not. That's not happening. So that's why that whole thing is false hope. Because even if you did play around, are you gonna do that fucking forever? I mean, it's. I'm not even saying to be tied to someone. It's just the fact that people actually think that they're gonna still be running around like they're Hugh Hefner when they're 80. They're out of their fucking minds.
The average income is $40,000 or some shit. You about to be out here spinning plates? Like hell no.
Yeah, that's another thing too about like the whole spending plates bullshit. That shit requires a lot of money and resources to even bother to spend plates. So it's like the advice they even give is not applicable to like the average fucking dude out there who makes like no fucking money at all. Like, come on, like just spend plates, bro. What are you talking about? Like, spend plates.
Like if you even can do the shit, you kind of already won anyway. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's another way of like saying like you're preaching to the choir at that point. Like, oh yeah, I can spin plates, you can spin plates.
Yeah, you're right. It's like telling the guys that got 10 girls, just spin them. You're like, I didn't think of that. Oh, yeah, they don't have to.
Yo, what are you talking about? Like 10 girls? I can't even get one, boyo.
They can get one, exactly. So they're just gonna spin that one, and they say don't have one-itis. Wait, so if I spin her, is it one-itis? I'm confused.
That's why the red pill's dying out, because the advice applies to like a smaller group of people every fucking day. You can't tell people about playing the game who never get a fucking access to it in the first place.
Speaking of which, do you know why it backfired? I think on Inkwell TV, even though it has nothing to do with him. But I just want to say that one thing, and we shouldn't talk about it too much.
Yeah, sure.
Because in some weird way, the red pill is safe. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about even the thoughts. No, listen to me.
Yeah, go ahead.
The thoughts. Now, I'm not saying forget. You know how I felt about the acting on it in this sphere. That's not what I'm talking about. Even the discussion is in some weird way actually safe. Because it sounds like it's rejecting, but it's not. It's like repainting your car. They're repainting their blue car red. That's why they don't get targeted exactly, because it's actually technically, it sounds rebellious, but it's safe. It's like the guy who was singing Bad to the Bone with his fucking Harley Davidson that he didn't get from the Hells Angels. He got from a fucking store, you know what I mean? He's like going out to Applebee's singing Bad to the Bone. He's red pill. Safe.
Oh yeah. Like it's almost like basically like the red pill basically just took Spike TV and put them on YouTube effectively. Yeah. You remember Spike TV back in the good old days of like, oh, the man show and shit like that. And it took all that bullshit, repackaged it, put it on YouTube and said, look guys, we're red pill. Ooh, like okay, like
yes, it's Spike TV, exactly. Yeah, it's like, you know,
the OGs remember that shit as TNT, but yeah.
Okay, fine. But I'm just saying that's the thing. It's actually it sounds rebellious, but it's safe. That's what I mean. So that's why I'm not even talking about him. I don't even follow his channels up, but that's why like they target that. They're like, you did this, number one, he didn't. I don't agree with a lot of those things. But I'm saying is that it's just now considered unsafe to even talk. That's really why, because the red pill shit is somehow considered safe, and you go like, well, why is it safe? Because it's not really attacking anything. That's why it sucks.
No, if anything, the red pill is saying to engage more with society. There's no.
Yeah, it definitely really is their mantra. Like, oh yeah, you go out there and pursue excellence. So how do you do that? You do that by talking to the people. You engage with society. It's essentially just a ploy to keep the average dumb fuck still in the rat race, but they get to feel rebellious. They're not actually doing anything though. Like with
Yes.
Especially if you incel tier, like strive hard and say no to women. Okay, that's just being a eunuch with extra money.
Right. They're all. That's why I say they're all levels of the same. Just disgusting people. Yeah. Disgusting.
Get out there, bruh. It's true. You're not wrong. That's their fucking method, dog. Get out there, bruh. The Man Show, bringing back memories. Oh God, yeah, that fucking show.
Yeah, back when everybody didn't hate Jimmy Kimmel and shit. I remember that.
Well, Jimmy
People
Kimmel
in-
changed a lot. Corolla
Right.
didn't. He really got into that. He sunk that Kool-Aid. Holy shit. You know what I mean? He did. He's big into that now.
Oh shit! Hey, y'all remember that skit about ending women's suffering and shit? Yeah.
God,
Yeah, that
fucking Man Show.
was all right. All right. Remember when they're going around with a petition to end women's suffrage, and they were saying, "Yeah, we're trying to end women's suffering."
Oh God. Debate people in Rolo stream is retarded. I'm trying to tell them the pool of women is down, more LGBT, don't want kids, horrible lives ran through, but oh, your 30 and 60-year-old ass wants to spin in place. Yeah, like, and like, what kind of place are you spinning, dog? Like, really, in reality, like, what are you really spinning up there? Like, okay, like, you have like a cracked plate, you got a busted plate, you got a plate that's fucking like, fucking deformed. Okay, like, what are you really getting out there nowadays? Like, you're obviously not getting like top tier, 10 out of 10 white food. At least
They're all
that's how I'm
dumpster
thinking.
divers. They're dumpster
Yeah.
divers.
How many single
are.
moms can you entertain at once and shit?
And I'm not even
Yo.
look. Here's what I'm saying. Even if they want to do it, I'm not even knocking to do that. But that's what they're doing. That's what they do. Like it's fine. Like if that's what they want to do, that's fine. But they pretend they show a picture of what you want to be, and that's really what they're doing. Instead of admitting that's what they do, but they don't want to admit that.
Yo, I got a question to ask. Am I missing something? But did something happen to Inkwell TV?
Oh, kinda. He's like somewhat not really involved. That's like a long read, but he basically got mentioned in a news article about that the dude in the mass deleter in Great
You
Britain.
don't even know if that's a bot. It might have been bot comments. You got to be careful even what you read anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even know if people drew that link. It kicks up the algorithms. You don't really know.
Yeah, and We Waffles is
Okay.
he's also somewhat involved too as well, because I guess the dude, he had a YouTube channel and an Instagram or something like that. And on his YouTube channel, he reviewed the debate that he
Well,
had
see,
in vegan games.
okay,
Yeah.
no, but Weave Waffles, I told you. Remember I said how it's not safe? Weave Waffles doing his whole interpolation with those things in the face doesn't help the those dating algorithms. They're going to knock him out.
He always
He's
kind of
basically
comes
sort
off.
of going around exposing. Like, remember I told you it's already obvious because, like, I'm from a different generation, so I go, yeah, of course, like, different people look different. But you guys are all told a bunch of crap, so like they're going around it. He's going like, wait a second, I have this face, and I get, you know what I mean, and that's why that becomes unsafe.
Yeah.
Because eventually people start going like, uh-oh, they're going to see this is why I've been playing for boosts. You see? You know?
Yeah.
What I also don't get is the insecure men that quote unquote send their face pics to Waffles for a rating. Like you're basically doxing yourself in a sense, right? Like he has all your faces.
I mean,
Just
yeah,
think
but
about
Not
that.
only
if
that,
you're at that
you
point,
have full facial recognition. I who even fucking is he? I don't know. Don't do that.
He's just some white guy in the UK.
Yeah, listen. I'd be honest. I don't really. I'd be
I
fairly
think
skeptical of anything. I'd be fairly skeptical of anything anymore.
exactly. I think he's low key MI6, like infiltrating the sphere.
Or even if he wasn't getting co-opted.
Yeah, Troy
Hold on.
North.
Hold on, but Draw, it's about the face thing. Like, what'd you expect if you're like that desperate to like find a way out? Like, of course they would.
See what
But,
they
like-
don't
Yeah, go
don't
ahead.
realize is if you're sending in a pic to get rated, it's been over for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the
So
funny part is
so maybe an autistic stranger in UK, let's say he's that, can tell you how to fix your fucking face. Like,
Yeah.
what is it going to do for you? He's just,
Oh,
Yeah,
you told me I was a
IQ
4.5. I always thought I was a 3.
I'm
Great.
waiting for him to ask you to send your DNA swab.
Yeah,
oh God.
he'll charge you $5 extra, upsell you. Based on your DNA, I can give you a better PSL score. Oh man, these guys, man.
If you need a face rating, it's older. I mean,
Yeah,
like it
exactly.
is like I'm going to assume that like hopefully the people who send them these pictures that are like people in like the middle of the curve somewhere who aren't quite sure where they kind of fit at, but like if you're like literally butt ugly or if you're like Chad or Chad Light, you should probably know by now. Like if you're like most people can kind of tell, or they I don't want to say they've been told, but you can kind of tell how ugly you kind of are. Like you look around the room, or maybe you're just that unself-aware. One of the two, I guess. I don't know, maybe I'm being too generous. I don't know, but like you you can kind of tell sometimes. Like okay, like your face doesn't look that good. I don't know.
If you were good enough, you would have had somebody already.
And even on top of that, it's just on the dating sites. Okay, so how come these problems? Okay, I know during Chad 19 everyone was stuck in, but these problems were happening even when it wasn't just pure facial selection and swiping. You can't bring other things to the table. It's just all I keep saying is there's something connected and deeper. Everything else to me feels like a lightning rod.
Dog, if you're even here, 8% chance you are not that guy. It's okay, bro. It's like, yeah. Did ITV lose subs after UK incident? I have no clue. I haven't been looking at his channel count, but yeah.
No, I actually looked at his channel count. It went up by like I would say 1 or 2K.
Oh, okay. Well,
So if anything, he got more subs.
Hey,
that's
it's
good for
over
him.
for me. Let me see what this guy's talking about.
Well, that happens too. But all I'm saying is a lot of these issues are lightning rods. It becomes that you get mad at something that is bad, but it's not really the cause. It's the effect. It's like getting mad at the rash on your body when there's a bug on your skin.
Yeah. Kevin Samuels have these dudes thinking they're just gonna make good money and they can get a good woman or have these high demands. Yeah, very common one there for sure. The a money cope with one of the sadder copes is like the average person is not gonna like become like a engineer or some shit and make a bunch of money. It's just not gonna happen. I don't know, like
No, but even with the money cope, see, that's the thing. It's the same thing like with the looks cope. It's that there are ways to money max. It's not that you're trying to become Bill Gates. That's why people start not reaching any potential. Because if your cap is something that you can't get to, and a lot of these people even got to it, not saying they didn't do hard work, but sometimes it was during circumstances that don't exist. So you're just gonna like not be anything in your mind. You'll always be a failure if you don't. You see what I'm saying? It's toxic because then you get nowhere. All of us. I'm not just saying you guys. I'm trying to address an issue because it becomes that the only bar you can get is something that's unachievable, and many of them don't even like live up to themselves, or they live up to it, but not in the way they explain it. You know what I mean? They say, "I worked hard." Okay, go. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll say this though, because you KS does preach good things. Like I have to agree with some of what he says, but I think Mister, you say it best, right? Ultimately, it's like you gotta manage your delusions, your expectation, and you can take it from me for whatever it's worth. But I make like 6 figures plus. The money is nice. It's definitely gonna help you live a much more comfortable life. But in terms of dating and all that shit, it's not gonna necessarily, get what you want. That's where you gotta like manage your expectation. Whether you make like, 50K, 80K, 200K a year, it's not really gonna affect your dating life that much.
Right. But it's still what I'm saying is that's why sometimes when people get so focused on that, it caps their potential. They don't know where they would be in 10 years. But if they spend that time like focused on everything else, they get behind. It's just, here's my point. If that's mental torture to someone, it's very cruel. No wonder they want to give up.
Yeah, the only choice left is to keep trying, though. That's the sad truth. If you ain't trying, then
it becomes that people see like the reason they don't want to try is because I get that you see it. Again, I'm not like when I'm talking, I'm sort of talking about an issue, not just like the people in this room. I'm trying to like whatever.
Yeah, level.
I'm saying that even with that, it becomes like I'm not successful in any way, until you reach these certain levels, and those levels don't exist, and no wonder people just get exhausted. And then they cap themselves because they're like, because they could have maybe, let's make this up. Let's say they could have made $1 million something. They go, well, I can never make 50. So, and then it gets, you know what I mean? And then just everyone gets wasted potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of like what I talked about earlier with like looking at where society actually is and not where like it used to be. You know, like it's a constant moving target about where the next job opportunity or
yes, like exactly. And also understanding that a lot now is also, some of them are like, put it this way, let's say you take Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, right? You don't have to like Jeff Bezos, but the fact is, like or not, Jeff Bezos has real wealth, right? He actually has control. Musk, he's got a lot of money. He's definitely wealth, but not even close to them. And when that shit falls, he's going right down with it because a lot of that is hype. And that's what I mean. So a lot of these people are not actually where they are.
Yeah, even Bezos was like saying that I should be a, what is it, a trillionaire by now? Like he was complaining that his rate of growth of his wealth is too slow. Like for what he wants to achieve, he wants to be a trillionaire by, or he said he should have been a trillionaire by 2020.
Right, and there may be some truth to that. Well, whatever. But the point is, I'm saying he can actually say that he would be there because he has hard assets. Like, you don't have to like him. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm just saying, even at the very top of the top, there's some delusion going on.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yes, it's all through the ladder. Yes, yeah.
Shit, they don't even care about Earth anymore. They trying to claim Mars and shit.
Yeah, or whatever time. Maybe they figured out like a wormhole. Who the fuck knows?
Dude, but I think Mars is just such a tiny goal. Like, we need to escape the solar system.
One step at a time. Shit, we barely made it.
We should be colonizing the moon first.
Goddamn, people still think the moon landing is fake, and I'm not saying it isn't real.
I think that the Mars push is actually to go to the moon.
That would definitely be a first step. Like shit, if you can't even get
no. I mean, that's what that's their actual plan. They want to put shipping on the moon because it's feasible. I mean, it makes sense. Like if we were not living in La La Land, put it this way: if I was in one of those industries, I'd be like, that's a great idea. They just don't talk like that.
No, see, but what I think really failed, like assuming that, this SJW feminism and all this crap didn't like infect the world and brought the whole world down. Let's say that timeline didn't exist, and China was like, okay, we're gonna claim the moon. We're gonna put a military base up there. We're gonna start mining the moon, and all the spoils automatically go to China and this and that. Dude, I guarantee you there would have been like the second space race to colonize.
Well, that's my point. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Is that
there's no galvanizing factor.
No. But that's the point. It doesn't mean that they're not doing it. They just couldn't use that again. They figured that, so they did. We're going to go to Mars, but they're really going to the fucking moon. But this time, instead of to stick the flag in it, it's to do industry. I'm not even saying they shouldn't do it, but it's that you have to market it in a different way. It gives people these dreams and shit. Mars is very, very far away. Until you can use solar winds, it's not really helpful right now. Not for, even if you have AI, it doesn't matter. The robot would fucking break down on the way there. You know what I mean? It's not really feasible. The moon, though, especially, like, you got to remember, like, how much fuel, exit and entry fuel. If you can get everything repacked on the moon, you wouldn't need as much exit fuel. You could reorganize everything and do an orbital drop from the moon into the sea. It's unbelievably effective.
No, it's unbelievably much cheaper to, transport fuel and goods to the moon, and then from the moon using as the launching point to other planets than it is to just directly go from.
Yeah, it has less escape velocity. It's 1/6, and then you could use the actual gravity of the Earth, which is 6 times stronger, to fall back in. And they would just fall in the sea and they'd unpack it, it's like I said, I'm not even against that. I think I'm just annoyed that I hear this crap all the time. Like if they just said, look, we're going to go to the fucking moon, you'll get a job there, I'd be like, fine. Where do I send my resume? I can't stand hearing this fucking shit all the time, All
right, for real though, I'm not trying to be fucking working for feminists on the fucking different planet and this shit. This sounds like hell. I'm just saying.
Okay, I don't know if people are gonna like live the way you think. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
I'm joking.
It could be like a warehouse or whatever. I'm not saying I'm not encouraging anyone doing it. Just I try to sort of like pull off the blinders a bit, and sometimes I'm not even like mad at the man. I'm getting just annoyed hearing crap all the time. It just gets annoying to hear it.
Yeah,
That's
but
all.
before we even go to Mars or the moon, it's like we gotta fix the shit down here, and that shit
Well,
ain't
they don't
even
want it.
happening.
And
that's
maybe
the whole point
maybe
of
that
leaving.
is their fix. Maybe that is their fix. Maybe they're like, oh, we can offset the pollution there. Who fucking knows anymore? I just don't want to hear. Well, that might be the solution. All the fossil fuels will be burned up. It has a very thin atmosphere, so it will escape the space. Like maybe that will work. I just all I'm saying is I can't stand hearing all the other bullshit. It's annoying.
Plus, what's
Yeah.
the timeline for actually come to Mars? Isn't it every like 6 months? It gets close every few years, some shit.
Oh no.
Over
Yeah,
there.
it's,
I'm just saying right now it's not feasible for quick transport, and also even with existing telecommunications, there's still a massive delay. You can't speed up light.
yeah.
frequencies only go to a
No,
certain
Jack,
speed.
I know exactly what you're talking about. So when Mars is on orbit around the sun, so is Earth, and then I think it's every 2.5 years that there comes a point where Earth and Mars are at the closest to each other, and that feasibly is the only window of time to travel between them.
And then they'll do that for exploration, but I still think it's a ways off. They have to. That's why they've been looking into like solar winds, because you sort of like catch the rays. Then you could go faster, but right now it blows up the ship. So for now,
So they're right. So you can't, like, it takes 2.5 minutes to send a light signal to Mars, and so realistically, if the planets are rotating, the only way to circumvent that in the future is you need these digital or satellite relays.
Yeah, you have relays. Yeah, exactly. Right, and it's a big infrastructure. Yeah, exactly. It will happen.
Yeah, sorry for the engineering physics nerds here, but
I'm not arguing with you. You're just explaining the complexity of an operation. I'm not like saying you specifically don't understand, but I'm saying when I hear people say it and they don't immediately understand that, like, how signals work and everything, I don't want to hear it anymore. It's annoying.
Yeah, but have you seen like Starlink? Like, that shit's a fraud too, though.
Yes, a lot of them are frauds. A lot of his things are fraud. The only thing that he has pretty good is SpaceX, and I think it's related to the moon shipment. That's why it's the only thing that works.
As you got about to say, I could have cycled out.
Oh, I wasn't joking.
I'm not really contributing, so.
Jack said he would leave if he had to, so I'll cycle back if I have to. So, who's this guy here? Gorner? How you say your name?
No.
What?
Well, we could barely hear you.
Yeah, you sound like you're like you're a fucking ant dog.
Crank it up, dog. Crank it up.
Oh God. Hello.
As you get closer, and he goes, "Help! My people are in trouble. They're spraying insecticides."
Either you are too small or your microphone is a real microphone.
My microphone's
Yeah, we could barely hear you.
Ant Phil.
I don't know what it is.
Dude, your mic is like, you're like 2 million miles away, dog. I don't know what to tell you.
Shit. Yeah,
Hold on,
I
like-
don't know what to do.
Are you using a mic? I can kind of hear you a little bit. Are you using a microphone or are you using like a?
Yes, I'm using a microphone, but I don't know why it's like that.
Are you on like a laptop or are you on like a
I'm on a laptop, but I
Oh,
have like
okay, well,
like a headset.
I would check your audio settings to make sure that your mic audio is coming through your mic and not coming through your laptop. Check that first. It's pretty obvious up there.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that may be an issue.
Yeah, Ice Cactus wants to make sure that his relay from the moon is working to Gorin.
Check StreamYard settings. See if you can turn up the microphone or audio.
We're trying so hard here, man. Dang, man. I tried so hard. I had you in the back queue for everything, dude. And you fucking let me down, dog.
Give him a chance. He stepped up to the plate and whiffed. This is the big leagues. You're in the big leagues now.
Jesus. Thinking NASA left him from Mars.
Yeah. You're trying to let the secret out. They just let him out the airlock. That's why his voice cut out.
like Jack's not wrong. He's clear. I hear him. He's just low. Like, I can hear what you're saying. Like, I just can't hear any like bass in your voice.
The machine on the spaceship just said, "Don't speak," and threw him out. That's it. Yeah. Well, we almost had the answer. Sorry. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, dude. If you can like mess around with your mic a little bit in the back, I'll keep you in the queue. I'll just leave you in the back, and then you can see if you can figure it out. Just send me a message in private chat, and I'll bring you back in. All right. I think it's been okay. I think I heard okay there. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that sounds like okay. Okay, we agree.
I think Jack is still in the back. I'll bring Jack here.
Yeah.
All right. Back.
Bring back Jack.
Perfect.
Yes, I'm always here. Goddammit.
I was really hoping the second Jack came back, he would be like, "Everybody, like real loud, like." We're all hands now.
Oh shit, did that. Fuck.
Mickey Mouse cell.
Yeah.
he was in the back for a while, and I was like, okay, I'm starting to feel bad now. Let me let him in here. It's like, okay, well, then it's like, well, that was that was quick.
It's kind of rough the first time around because you got to figure out the audio settings and all that stuff.
I feel like StreamYard has some pretty easy settings, though. That's my opinion. Like, it's not like a complex website.
Like, it's different if you're not used to, like, if you've never done it before, though. I will say it's an adjustment period. Like, first time I ever streamed, like, it took me, like, fucking half an hour to get ready.
Wow.
That's okay, but he just doesn't get his shit together. It's not that he can come back. I mean, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
he'll come back later on. We're good.
Yeah, he'll be all right. It's all right, Yeah.
He'll live.
He's hands. Fine.
And about Neuralink, I think that's the most relevant Elon thing because I agree with his perspective. If you're not joined up to AI, for him, if I'm interpreting it correctly, it's either you join up with this AI thing by becoming a part of it, or you just get left behind as a species. So,
Yeah. Hey, Jack, have you played Deus Ex: Human Revolution?
yes, I've gotten through like 80% of that shit.
Yo, I got the pacifist achievement. I went through the game without killing anyone.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
You tapped into your ancient Buddhist roots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta get that.
No, anybody who's played either Deus Ex or like Metal Gear Solid just does that by default. Like I'm like that too. I haven't used a single fucking gun that wasn't a tranquilizer or a fucking stun gun. It's like.
Well, that's true. Okay. Yeah, those are the type of games you have to do the stealth shit. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, have you guys played Splinter Cell?
No.
I played
Not in a long time.
Damn,
way back.
I'm too old. Those were like the original, stealth games.
Yeah, it was Metal Gear Solid and Splinter Cell, and there was just everything else.
Oh man, I think I played every Splinter Cell game ever.
I think I played 2 minutes of the third one, and that was it. And then some real off-brand ass game called Rogue Ops I got as a gift, but that was way fucking back. That shit done.
Yeah, I think the original like Tenchu on PlayStation or PlayStation 2 was probably one of the better ones.
Oh,
so,
shit.
I mean, those weren't like actual stealth games, but like true ninja stealth kind of thing.
Also, speaking about the Neuralink, just because we're speaking about games, if that eventually becomes an inevitability, don't join the beta.
Oh hell no! I've seen.
Bro, I work in tech. Never ever buy hardware when it first comes out, or any software when it first comes out. It is full of bugs.
Exactly. So think
Wait,
like the Model T. So don't let the Model T be like directly soldered into your brain the first week. You can hold off a little bit. That's what I'm saying.
It's scrambling your consciousness.
Only the idiots buy day one.
Yeah, exactly. Also, you got to remember by then, Elon Musk, he's in a race for his hair transplant not to fall out, because if it falls out at that point, it's going to be hard to get people to sign up.
Yeah.
He's got to still look cool until he's almost 60. He's in a race.
I got two things to say about the beta, though. One, on the one hand, I've seen like Sword Art Online, so I already know not to join that shit and get stuck. But on the other hand, if one of the first things they test is porn, just because they need people, they are gonna have no fucking shortage.
Oh, I'm sure plenty of them will go in. Exactly, you won't have to go in. There'll be enough for them. I'm just saying, just don't go in the beta. That's all.
You should. I'm just saying, if the beta has porn in it for whatever reason, or something even close, it's a rabbit.
I'm sure a bunch of them will sign up if they kind of
Coomers go. Let the Coomers go in there first.
A bunch of them would sign up if they got like a half price meal at Applebee's.
Yeah, that's true. People would do a lot for a little bit of dumb shit for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can switch me off for Ronan.
Oh, is he here?
Who the hell else would call themselves Sus Pio? That can only be fucking Ronan.
No, that was that's the guy
someone
from
else
MD
does
stream.
that too. Yeah,
that's MD stream. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now I remember.
He came on last weekend.
Yeah, I could drop or put me in.
I kind of want to get this what's this guy on here?
Yeah,
Goran guy, because he's actually new. The other guy I've talked to before, so I was like, okay, I know what he's about.
Yeah, you can switch me back out. I gotta get this White Castle anyway.
Oh, just meet yourself, Jack. I'll cycle out last real quick with that.
All right.
Let me get this guy back and see what he says.
Yo, so can you hear me now?
Holy shit! Yeah, you have to sound like a human being.
Hey, there we go.
Now I'm fucking loud, like deep fried, like.
You're kind of loud. It's a little bit of It's like a little bit of I don't know. It sounds like you're in like a.
Okay, I'll lower the volume a little bit.
Yeah, lower the
like
volume
this?
a little bit.
See, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, you sound right now. You sound good.
Great. Yeah, so like I'm new to Black Pill and stuff like this because so I live in Germany, and shit's not as crazy as in the UK or in the USA.
Hello.
You know, it's not even as crazy as in France, but it's going there. You know, and you know we also have like the expenses of our government are like growing. They're increasing, and you know I feel like we're living on a bubble, and when this bubble's gonna burst, we're gonna get a second Hitler or something like this.
Let me ask you something. 1 second. By your accent, are you near the Rhine?
Yes. yes, I'm near the Rhine.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, so too loud. No, but now it's fine. Yeah. So yes, and you know we had a discussion with Drolix about what was it? It was about.
Divorce law?
About women, yes, about women. So he said like you won't get the right one. I think it's women they get more like defiant, I guess, and they get crazier and crazier the further we go. Like in the past, women were more obedient, less like I don't even know the words for this, but they wouldn't just go for crazy shit, and they were not as promiscuous and as and they wouldn't think just so high of themselves. You know, nowadays women think that they're like queens and shit, but they all have very high standards. And this is why
the situation is that they don't have to behave that way anymore because like there's nothing constraining them anymore at the end of the day. People are only as good as their options or the opportunities, or basically.
Yeah, but
if you give someone power, that's when you see who they really are at the end of the day.
Yeah, they are free to be the hoe they always wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Like it's. A lot of them, they think that if someone fucks them, that they're like wanted or something, and they all get like delusional. They have like their rosy red pink sunglasses or something, glasses on, and they think like, oh, everyone wants me.
Rose-colored glasses, yeah.
Yeah, and
They want them as a snack.
I mean, at the end of the day,
they want them as a
Shaq,
snack.
he
Yeah.
did want them for that night. He didn't want them forever.
Oh yeah, they want them as a snack. Yeah.
The term you're looking for is the female entitlement and ego is inflated through the roof.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true, and like you might have guessed that I'm not just some German guy. I'm also Russian,
Oh, okay.
and I'm like Russian German, which is like, блядь.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you some like very, very, very basic question real quick. So you're obviously from Germany. So like, what's your like age, and are you like a true cell, and what exactly are you? And like generally like your basic like your stats for the most part. How tall are you? What's your race? Your race is pretty obvious here, but how tall are you, et cetera, et cetera.
You mean like how tall I am, like in centimeters or something?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like
That's what they use. Yes. Metric.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Metrics.
Yeah, we'll use that.
Okay, so I'm like, I don't know for sure, but I think I'm like something like 185 or something.
So
1 meter and 85 cents.
5'11", right? Is that 5'11"?
That's 6'2".
Oh, he's even taller. So he's tall. Yeah, well, that's typical for that area. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
and how would you rate your face generally?
What should I rate my face?
How would you rate your face? Like your general attractiveness? Like how much do you weigh? Stuff like that.
Oh,
How you,
like my face on. I don't know. Like I have little skin problems, so I guess I'm like a 6.
Okay.
I'm pretty handsome, but because of my mother is very beautiful. My father not so much. So I guess I'm like a 6 or something.
So your dad's. I guess he's from more eastern Russia.
No. My dad says look like I'm a Russian German. Russian German. What does this mean? So like my ancestors, they like 400 years ago, they went from Germany due to many reasons, like to Russia, to the Volga plateau. It's like
the White Russians, they call them. Yeah.
Yes, but no, not white Russians. They were Germans, but they lived in on the Volga plateau. Before them, there were Tatars that lived there, but they just threw all the German people, like the Germanic tribes, out of there. The Visigoths, I think, or the Goths in general. So it's the very first were like the Goths, then came the Tatars, the Huns, and then like the Russian Germans. And there were like a lot of them there, and one of the reasons were that they got like religious freedom. They didn't have to pay any taxes. They got free land, so it was a like very good offer. And then shit went to hell, because as you all know, like during the First World War, Russia had a revolution, the October Revolution, and one part of my ancestry was wealthy. Yeah, they were pretty wealthy, and so they were disowned.
Yeah, they took you part of the bourgeoisie. Yeah, they took you.
Yes. And then came the Second World War, and this is when my ancestors got deported to Kazakhstan. And this is like Central Asia. This is like pretty much Central Asia. It's like the most central you can be.
It's the most landlocked country in the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's So they were deported there, and then they were discriminated because they were Germans. The Germans were the foes. There were these evil Nazis. And so this was like projected upon my ancestors, and my ancestors had to endure lots of discrimination in a lot of forms. So for first, my grandfather, he was sent to Strojbat, Stроительный battalion. This is like you have to build, and my grandfather had to build a railway in the desert. It's like fucking stupid in the sand desert, because so they could transport like stuff from through the desert. It's like stupid. You can't really build a railway in the desert because the sand is like it's moving constantly. The ground is like shifting.
Not a good support.
Yeah, it's stupid. And then again, after that, my father didn't had a passport up until he went to army, so he couldn't study. Germans were, especially my family, was like very discriminated because they were Germans and partially bourgeoisie. So yeah, and then shit hit the fan again. We had the perestroika, the Soviet Union, it fell apart. And my father, that this was the time like when Russia became like the Russia you might know.
Glasnost.
Yeah, it's like where all these new Russians, as they called themselves, this were like the oligarchs, like criminals that like did stuff like they take like defense money. How is it called? Schutzgeld. It's like you defend them, from other criminals, and you take money
Protection
for
racket.
this. Yes, racketeers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's close enough to racketeering. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So yeah, they did stuff like this, and they did a lot of stuff. It was crazy. It was like GTA, but in real life, like really like stores were like.
It's a bribe country in everywhere for a while.
Yeah. It's like in all of the Soviet Union. Yeah, and the Soviet Union isn't little. It's like made out of a lot of republics.
Mm-hmm.
And the same was for Kazakhstan, and this was like the time when the Kazakhs, they didn't really accomplish much in their life, not in their life, in their like history, because before Russia came, the Russians came into Kazakhstan.
Yeah,
Kazakhstan was.
Everyone took a shit on them for 1,000 years. They can't get anything done.
Yes, they didn't have. I think they had like 2 cities or something.
Yeah.
Like this is stupid, and like the land is very fertile. It's like really fertile because nobody used it for centuries. It's like all steppe. Like you don't even have to like cut that much trees, because it's already everything's grassland. You just have to fucking sow the semen, your wheat, your what I don't know what
Goran.
Yeah.
I heard in Kazakhstan, the weed plant grows naturally and pretty high quality. Yeah.
Yes, but it's like, it's not the wheat you would eat, because it's like, I think there's like one fruit per.
Oh no! I'm talking about naturally growing cannabis.
Weed. Yes.
Yeah.
My father's from there. He's like from the Chu Valley, the Valley of Chu.
Uh-huh.
It's like in the south of Kazakhstan, and they have a lot of weed there, like a lot.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. You could see some guys like smoking weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my father was like from a very strictly religious family.
Well, I mean, that sounds like a great business. Harvest one area, you can harvest all the weed. The other
No,
area, harvest all the wheat, and you make baked goods and sell it back and forth to each other.
That's not how it. No. You don't even know. Like my family. So my father, when he lived with his parents, they couldn't even have like more goose than they needed. So they would have more goose, and the communists, they would come and like take off the goose, kill them, and use them for their purposes. So they were very strictly controlled. You couldn't do like even like sell something like weed,
to get ahead on
because
anything,
this was prohibited. Like
Right.
if you would sell wheat, they would like send you to to jail immediately. This is like, and especially if you're German, like they, you know what they did? They with the fields, they like burned them down. But when you burn down the field, you know, the wheat would grow larger. So it's like you can't fight
Fuck, we
it.
can't even stop production. God damn it.
Yeah, you can't fight it, you know. But they still fought because you know because they had this ideology, you know, and this is like super stupid.
Right,
like
right.
even what Khrushchev, you know them, you know the guy that brought
Yeah, I'm
Pepsi
gonna
into
stop the
Soviet
world with
Union.
a shoe. Yeah, of course, I'm gonna stop the U.S. with my shoe.
Yeah, you know what he did?
That was his famous saying. I'm gonna stomp the U.S. with my shoe.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that to be honest, but you know all,
Yeah.
so what he did is he prohibited what is it called, like grapes, because you can make wine. You can make like what is it called, like wine.
Yeah.
Wine. Yes, wine. You just say it a little bit differently. You can make wine out of grapes, and like his thought was like, okay, so if you can make alcohol out of grapes, I'm just gonna prohibit grapes. So you can't grow any grapes.
So they start fermenting potatoes, or I understand.
Yes. No. Yes.
Yeah.
This is like stupid because
Why?
like my family. Yeah, it's like super stupid. My family, they also had like fields of grapefruit, not grapefruit. I mean grapes. Sorry, and they were just gone because they couldn't, because it was like prohibited. It's like super, and these grapes, they weren't even specifically meant for wine. They were meant like for, you know, just to eat, or to make like juice.
Right.
And they just fucking destroyed all the fields. It's super stupid. They did like super stupid shit, you know, and
Yeah.
you know, and in the end, the Soviet Union, it fell apart because also, you know, in the Soviet Union, this sounds like super stupid, but like a lot of stuff that you would think are like basics, like you know, like a good sausage or something, you know, this was like deficient, you know. They would call it deficit, and they would like if you have like good connections, you know, then you would get that. But or if you could like if you could travel outside of the Soviet Union, which my father did, he was like in one of the only like a company that could like, or not company, like I don't know how they called there. It was called I know it's called Sovtransavto. Sovtransavto, like Sov from Soviet Union. And what this company did, it was transporting goods like across the Soviet Union and importing goods and exporting them. So my father, you know, he traveled like all across Asia, like from India to China to you know, even into Europe, to France, to Mongolia and stuff like that. And so what he would do is, because he was when he went to army, he was like in customs. So he served in customs, but in military customs. So he was like controlling usual customs and doing military customs, and he knew all the tricks, you know, because of that he could like what is it called? Smuggle. If you like transport. Yeah. So he smuggled goods. So he smuggled tea. He smuggled a lot of stuff. He even smuggled porn. Into the Soviet Union, and he then sold it all. So he had a lot of money, and even though, you know, the communists, they took everything away, my father rebuilt this, and then he was like in the perestroika, they just took everything away again, because they had like this nationalist belief. You know, I'm not like against for ethnic states, you know. When you make sudden changes, you know, in your population, this will cause people to lose jobs, to lose, you know, a lot of wealth, and this will even cause, in the case of Kazakhstan, if your people are like inherently not used to do mental work, this will cause the country to fall. Kazakhstan, you didn't have a lot of like. It sounds racist, but it's true because you had a lot of like a lot of bosses were like Kazakhs, ethnic Kazakhs, because it would look weird if you have like a lot of Russians and Germans and Jews being at higher positions. But the how is it called? Like the guy who's like second in command, who would like, was heißt vertreten? Would represent.
Vertreten.
Substitute. Who would substitute?
Ersetzen, ja.
Ersetzen. Wait. Who said that?
Ich.
Bist du Deutsch?
Yeah. From Bavaria. I've been listening.
The German bros have met.
Yeah, I thought you knew kind of little German. I was like, wow.
No, I asked, but I didn't get any answer because
there's him. There's Dante Sparta. I think he's also from Germany as well. There's a few German cells in my chat here. It was weird, but yeah, they're here.
Okay. Yeah, geil, ne?
Yeah.
So yeah, substitute. So you had like a boss, and the second in command, the guy who substitutes him, would always be like someone like a Jew or a German or like a Russian.
Every time. Sorry.
No, not every time. Of course, this sounds like stupid. Of course, it's not every time. Of course, you have like people who can do their stuff, But the vast majority was like this. The vast majority. And then when they and then they had like this, and then their nationalism brought them to ruin. They had like inflation, I think in 2015 or something like this. They had like inflation that, like the economy's like has gone to shit. But at least all the Jews are like in Israel. Not all the Jews, but all the Russians are in Russia, and all the Germans are now in Germany, including my father and my mother. So yeah, that's how I got here. So I was even born here, so I came in later. Yeah, so that's my story, my very detailed backstory.
Okay, dang. Didn't expect all that, but hey, it's good to hear it, I guess. Nice story time.
Yeah, I guess, you don't hear a lot of people like talk, a lot of people from the East talk about...
Yeah, it's a good story, because the people here, they don't... Let me ask you a follow-up, and so you can say it yourself.
Yeah.
When you start hearing these kind of crazy things coming up here, right, does it sound like either what you experienced or what your dad told you when it started there? Or a 21st century version of the same crap?
So you mean like if I see any analogs to what is happening now?
Yes.
It's basically yes, on the fundamental level, because the government is always like trying to make problems out of nowhere. They're like following like they're always bringing up like some kind of like problems, like racial problems and stuff like. I'm not saying like there is no like racism or something.
No,
like
I understand what you mean.
I'm just saying like they're just blowing this up, this stuff, and they're always like trying to divide people so that people are like occupied with themselves. So, and in the Soviet Union you had like this who was the enemy? I guess the US was the enemy. And like nowadays it's like you have people like antagonizing Russia. And I'm not saying that the politics in Russia are like all well and good. I'm just saying that people they judge other nations. based on their politics. So if they see like the politicians doing like something bad, they're just assuming that all the people are like this. You know, they're seeing like, oh, Putin is like on his like third term or something, you know, and they have a dictatorship, and this is like all because of like the Russians, you know, they're bad, evil communists and stuff like this. You know, this is like this is stupid. But you know, people are very like impressionable. I had like a conversation with my neighbor. My neighbor is pretty stupid, pretty strange. It's a pretty strange woman. She didn't even know like that Kazakhstan was like Central Asia. She was like thinking that they were like European or something. And then again, she was like trying to tell me that like people in people from Kazakhstan in general are like very, very aggressive people, because she had like one confrontation with them.
With the movie
But
Borat.
like,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah, you know, like I would say they are
Kazakhstan. Yeah.
yeah, they are a little bit. You could say that they're a little bit more aggressive. You know, I wouldn't say that they're like so as nice as like Germans, because Germans are like they don't have like this kind of like they have less of a go-getter mentality. You know, but I wouldn't say that they're like that much like super aggressive. No.
Confrontational.
Ja, die sind nicht so böse. But then again, yeah, and she's like, yeah, those evil Kazakh people. And then like and then when I tell her like that people from the Western world, they don't know like how
Anything.
yeah, they don't know much about like about no, about like Eastern, like the Eastern countries, you know. And she was like, how is that? You know, we had like the DDR, Demokratische Deutsche Republik, oder wie war der Scheiß da? Democratic German Republic or something like this, yeah. You know, we know shit. You know, we had communism, but then again, they don't know that there was no communism in the Soviet Union. There was socialism, and communism was like the end goal. It was like the utopia that you were striving for.
Yeah, they never got to it. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But she was thinking that there was communism, because you know you have communists and you have like the Communist Party. Then you gotta have communism. You know, and you know, stuff like this. And I got to know this all because I'm like very in touch with my parents. You know, I learned Russian from them, and this is also the reason why I can tell you stories like these, because like we have like Russian Germans in Russia, and there's like nothing Russian about them. You know, that they don't know shit. They don't know the language. They don't know the story of their parents. They don't know the story of any of their ancestors, and it's so sad.
And I think, to piggyback on you, I think the problem I've been trying to say is that people have been so removed from conflict that I'm not saying we want terrible things. It's just that when you have never sensed it, it's easy to sort of be in fantasy.
Yeah, that's true, because you know, and I think that's like this is like some kind of, I don't know, like I guess like Germans had like World War II, you know, but I think they kind of forgot like how bad it could be, because they're like making problems out of nowhere, you know.
Yes.
They're like thinking about stuff that is like that just doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of things, you know.
Right. Yes.
Especially, I think that the older generation, you know, there's still like people living that I know people that like participated in World War II, but you know, they're like not the new generation. The new generation, all they know is that Germans are bad because they did like World War II or stuff like this.
Right.
So they have this guilty feeling. They have like no pride in their nationality or whatsoever.
Or
it's
anything.
Like, yes.
Anything.
It's super stupid. Like most of them think like pride is something bad, but you know, like
same thing's happening in America. Actually, truth be told, same thing, really. Yeah.
This is like stupid. Like whatever nationality you have, you should be proud. Like I'm a Russian German. Like I'm proud that my ancestors went through this shit, and they survived, and they got me into the world, and they, and after all this, we are still like still breathing, living, and I'm living pretty well, pretty good,
Breathing
pretty
or
well.
breathing?
Huh?
Breathing or breathing?
Breathing. Atmen.
So,
Breathing or breeding. Oh god.
Breathing.
The Incel
Okay.
question, yeah.
Well, does nationalism even survive in the modern world with modern
Of
technology?
course it does. You have like people. Of course it does, because what you resist persists. I guess because you can always be like try to like exterminate something, but there was always going to be like people that survive. There's like this 99% this 99% chance of germs dying. I know this is like a stupid analogy, but but there's still some people that are going to like keep having this mentality. So you'll always have like nationalists in every kind of in every part of the world. Yeah, I don't think that nationalism, like thinking like that your nation is um, objectively better, is stupid. And even when I talked about like Kazakhs, I'm not telling that they're like bad people or that they're like inferior or something. I was telling like they were not prepared for things to come. They weren't prepared, and history showed this. They weren't prepared for this, and
Right. They're not ready. I've said that. That's my whole point.
no, they're ready. Yes, now they're ready.
These people are not. They don't know anything.
No. I think like you mean like technology-wise.
The public itself doesn't know a fuck.
No. The public, yeah, that the majority of people are stupid because they like it's so easy to fall in this trap of holding onto an idea and thinking that this is like the truth of all truths, and that this is like it's so stupid. And I see myself getting into this trap all the time, because when you start like catching this fire, like I'm doing now, yeah, you're getting like into this like polarization trap. As soon as you catch this fire, as soon as you get passionate about something, you catch onto this fire, and you're like at the risk of like falling into doing stupid shit. You're at risk at like offending people, but not in this stupid way, but like in a way that where I mean like where you insult people or something. Because like when I was like typing with Jolix, I was offended. Of course I was like I'm stupid. Yes, but and I thought like I wanted like to type something like fucking, like polarize back, but I was like I was thinking like
that's what I was saying before, how these are lightning rods. None of it really matters. That's
Yeah,
the point.
yeah,
It gets you distracted.
Oh, that was you?
yeah, that was me. I guess I'm not.
Oh man, okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense. Now.
it's like but my name in the chat, like in the stream, or what is?
Wait, hold on. What
the stream
happened?
is-
Retarded.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
but,
we are all retarded. We just have to like see where the points are, where we are retarded.
Yeah,
and, like,
I was gonna say, I think now you kind of understand where I was coming from, right? It's like,
yeah.
you can't just be offended with every little thing. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but it's just like, yo, take it for what it is. If you're offended, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you
Yes.
shouldn't give a shit, because
Right.
it's up to the person who is offended. Because I think that it's like inner strength to not be offended.
Yes.
And we are all
Exactly.
weak. We all have our weak points, but we have to
Yes.
like see them. And
Yes.
you can even like cuss, like say that I'm a shithead and stuff like this. Of course, this wouldn't be like very nice of you, but I guess I have to be strong enough not to get offended.
Yes.
I actually want
You have to
comment on this.
avoid getting sucked in. Yes.
I want to comment on this. I think it's more a function of society being feminized, because that's usually how women operate. where
Yeah.
social violence is just as bad as actual physical violence.
Well, Jack, you're correct. He's again. Okay, let me just, and then I'll let you go back to that. I sometimes when I say like it's the right thing to do, it doesn't mean that it was necessarily your fault you got to this point. See, like those are mutually exclusive. So if I go like this is wrong, it doesn't mean I'm blaming you that you got here. But once you're here and you recognize it, you have to adjust.
Mhm.
You follow?
Because you have like, because yeah, this is like, I was like thinking a lot, you know, about like fate, free will, and stuff like this, and this is like one of these matrix moments, you know, unless you can't realize that you know, the moment that you realize that you have a choice, you know, be it like in an argument, like saying like, I don't like, I'm feeling like offended. Okay, what should I do? Should I like resist? Should I not feel offended? Should I not go this way, or should I go?
I've been thinking about this whole week. I really, there's something I've been thinking about for a while. I just want to give a quick thought experiment. I think it would be important. Okay. What I think
Yeah, sure,
happens in this weird world is that we get too much cursory morality. So hear me out. Okay. What happens is think of it like this, and I'm going to try to intentionally make it so that it's just a logical experiment. So I'm trying to make it as rudimentary as possible without using names and whatever, okay? So think about it like this. Think about when the world was more separated, let's say there was a religion that they would only eat food from the sea, right? And then in another
From the what?
From the sea, let's say. I'm making it up. It's a
Okay.
logical experiment. They only eat
Yeah.
seafood, okay? All right? Because they were seafaring people, let's say that, right? Then there was a culture and religion that only ate food from the land because they were from the land, right? So the sea was bad and the land was good and whatever, right? Because they're tribal people, right? And then let's say there was one culture that would, you know, let's say only eat plants. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. I don't know. You have to eat something, right? Okay, so they all do that, right? So when they, even though all that's a bunch of voodoo, the sea people say, oh, the sea god wants us to eat seafood or whatever. You know, it's all bullshit. It's just a local thing. Eat whatever fuck you want, right? Okay. But none of it is actually, you know, ordained or whatever. It's just a bunch of the way they look at it, right? So those things carry on as people start to like extend more and more. You know, a lot of sometimes those sort of traditions carry on, but they don't really have purpose in the modern world or whatever. You know what I'm saying, right? So now picture you're now like someone in a cosmopolitan center, right? They tell you that there's no God. I'm not debating God or not, right? But then you have one person yelling at you, seafood's good. Another person tells you seafood's bad. Another person says only eat vegetables. And you're confused all day. You don't know what the fuck to eat. And there's no reason to even be confused because none of it means anything. So it's like all day you're hearing all these things that literally mean nothing. And that's why everyone's so fucked up. Do you follow the thought experiment? Like I try to keep it, but think of everything.
Yeah, I got
There's
it.
things that aren't even moral that all day you're going like, you don't even know what the fuck you're thinking anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, and I think it's like true because in older times everything was a lot simpler, but it was like harder to see the other side, and now you're like just like bombarded with a lot of like crap, you know, where like you know a lot of moral. And then at the end of the day, it's like the same thing.
Yes, and some
It's
of the
like,
things aren't even moral. It's not even moral. It's just like bullshit. That's what I mean. Some things are morals, and some are just like it doesn't matter those things. But then
Yeah, but I guess
you know?
I guess moral in itself is something like it's not something like objective. It's like very subjective, and it's not like something that you could like see in the physical world. You know, you
yes,
can't
that's
see like
true too. Yes.
and this is like something I think this is like very on par with religion, because you know a lot of the Christian values were like adopted into the Western culture, morals. Not to you know you know not to steal, not to kill and stuff like this. You know, like basics. So in the end of the day, you know, all of this are like rules that like lead you to something.
Yes.
Something that you might identify with, but that might in the long run, that you might like if you had like the choice and if you had like all the knowledge, and you would look at it like let's say
Right.
from a distance,
You're almost
detached,
there. Yes.
a point of view, you would see like it's not what it's not what I want. It's not
And
what
what
is
I'm
like.
saying is just like your example about the crops. It's central planning just of social nature. It's meaningless.
Yeah, it's
That's what they do now.
yeah,
Social
yeah.
planning.
And I'm glad that Germany's not quite there yet, because like we don't have that much problems with like gender pronouns and like stuff. Like this is like some crazy shit, like gender pronouns, like holy fuck.
Yeah,
Like, this is like stupid. I'm sorry, but
yeah, from a dude who's 10 years into your future. Yeah, it happened for us in the book
Yeah.
too. So
yes,
you might be singing a different tune next fucking year.
Yeah. No. I think you're absolutely right, because like America was always like something that Europe as a whole would strive to. So of course we will like end up there. Of course we will. If nothing's gonna change. But at this point, I'm just hoping like I don't know, like aliens. I hope that aliens would come and like rule out this fucking mess, because we need some higher.
No.
No.
No, you don't think that they would be nice to us?
I'm sorry. No. That is a waste of good hope. You should hope in something more relevant, like getting a Lamborghini or winning the lottery, something more possible.
Yeah, or a shakeup coming up.
No, it's not.
We have 3 German cells here.
Yeah?
Do we?
Pandemic?
Yeah, pandemic.
Yes.
Oh, I had no clue. Wow.
Damn, I feel like fucking Poland.
Yeah, I told you it was a lot of
We're
it.
taking over here.
Yeah. I always like see like if you have like a big comment section of Germans, like there's always this one guy that like posts this is like property of the German like state or something. Whenever I see this comment, this is so fucking stupid. Like from you subjectively. And this is what I was like thinking like now. But about these aliens, I'm just it's not like a hope that I like, not a thought that I like feed every day and with every moment I live. It's just something like I think it would be cool. And I don't think that
it's a search for a higher power. No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, of course. This like the chances of this happening is like it would never happen.
There's equally as much of a chance that you should just like grease their machines. I don't know. Look, I wouldn't even think about it that way. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. I'm not saying that exists. I'm just saying I think people really need to get grounded. And if anything, put it this way, if we're being completely logical, the only thing all effort should be to do is to preserve ourselves.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the most logical thing.
Like as a species or individually?
I think like.
Well, I'm just saying again. That's everyone's doing not that. Or
no,
don't. But I'm saying it's everything else. All these other ridiculous things. Like let's say you even say the planet. The planet doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like in the scheme, it's all these stupid things. I'm not saying to intentionally pollute the planet either, but if you're talking about the great cosmos, it doesn't fucking matter. It's a fucking rock.
Yeah. And I guess like I know like people are talking like about pollution stuff, but of course Earth is being polluted, but I don't think that it's like something that our planet couldn't handle. I think that there will, even if every living being is gonna die, eventually life will flourish on Earth one day.
Yeah, that's my point. Because when they talk about saving the planet, it's a egotistical thing. That if like we killed ourselves in like 1,000 years, the Earth would be like, oh, good, they're fucking gone.
Yeah.
No, I had this debate with like a tree hugger. It was like, yo, the Earth doesn't need saving from humanity. Like humanity needs to save itself. Like Earth is like 4.5 billion years old. It's like once we're long gone, it's gonna exist just fine.
All right,
it's
first
fine.
of all, Draw,
Yeah.
says some bullshit. I'm pretty sure it's about 5,000-6,000 years. So let's stop there.
Oh God.
Right.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know.
To the day.
Of course, you
To the
have
day.
like radiocarbon method, which is like you have this rule, n0 equals n times e to the power of minus k times t, the time, and you
Yes.
can you have these. This is something that I learned from university.
Do you want not doing speaking about this climate shit? Do you know what the main issue of German man is? Because I'm a German, okay, I'm half Hungarian, but the main issue of modern German man is, especially the Zoomers and part of the millennials, and even my generation, the Gen X's, we lost some way between high school and college our dick. So we basically 80% of Germans have a pussy, not a dick.
Yes, yeah. I know this very much because I'm living in an area where we have a shit ton of foreign people, like Russians. We have a shit ton of Turkish people, a shit ton of
they're more based than the average German.
Yeah, and so whenever you see someone from the lower social someone with a lower social status who is German, but he wants to have a good reputation amongst other German or German citizens, he would say that I'm German, but I'm 1/4 Polish or Russian, or my great grandfather is something. It's super stupid. It's they don't want to admit that they're German because these foreigners, they don't think anything about Germans. They think that they're pussies. You're being treated as as a as a pussy, as a coward. They think the Germans are cowards. They don't have this fight in them. They don't. But then, if you I had a conflict.
Most Germans are pussies that are born after.
Yes, and this is stupid because because they're brought up with this inselective tolerance to everyone. They see some Turkish guy and they say, "Oh, I have to be nice to them," even if he's a dick, he can't, it's not his
they don't
fault.
even know why. They don't even know why. Yeah.
Yes, they are so delusional.
Yeah.
So I had this conversation with a girl, and she was going to, I don't know what she was thinking. She was going to Oman. Omar.
Oman.
It's on.
Did she say I want to travel in German?
Huh? No. She didn't say that she wanted to travel.
Okay.
She traveled to Omar. She literally went there.
No, it's a meme. I love to travel. Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. It went. I don't know this meme. I'm sorry.
So does this kind of thing happen to every Axis power now that I think about it? Because I remember Richard Cobra talking about this sort of thing in Japan.
Ding dong! I told you, Jack.
I didn't doubt you.
Lost the war. I told you, man. Whole fucking thing.
So, what was the problem that you were talking about? I didn't get it.
Because you guys lost the fucking wars. That's why.
Everybody ends up somehow mentally ill.
Yeah.
And Cobra, do you know what another issue is? If I look, I have very many contacts to Americans. The German average dude does not know how to invest and how to make bank. The German is a retard on finance. Yeah, he believes in a wage slave job and likes to stay in a corporate business on a low mid-tier management the rest of his life. That's the dream of every German. And the basic American, if he's pissed from his wage slave, he likes to have a business and be self-employed. And 99% of modern men in Germany avoid being self-employed and getting some shit going,
Yeah.
That's my objection.
The thing is, Germans think too realistic. I won't make it anyway.
No, not realistic. They're too mingled to safety. Yeah, they're not mingled to freedom. They want to live safe, and if they like to have the safety, that's why they agree on this gender bullshit and the other things. They lose everything. Not only their money, they lose also their freedom.
And I would say it's like a massive problem across the board when it comes to most of Europe. Really,
much more based,
much more based
when it. Yes, and Americans are much more based when it comes to freedom and money than Germans.
I'm telling you, it's in the coast. It's very much like that now. It's changed everywhere.
I think Americans are so retarded it loops right back around to actually being functional.
Yes.
No, I don't speak about California or Florida or.
It's more widespread, certainly in the university system. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, like I never actually get like how does your education system work? Like you have like college and university.
The average American,
it doesn't,
is
man.
in $500,000 debt and has the education level of a 12-year-old in South Korea.
And he has a bachelor degree in gay dance.
And he has 7 PhDs to hang on the wall that mean nothing. That's the average American. That's what it looks like.
Wow,
yes.
Hey, I'll tell you my story, right? Because I went through STEM. So if you're not going through medical or a STEM degree, going to university in America is absolutely a waste of time.
What is STEM?
If you're not doing...
yeah, it's science, technology, engineering,
IT,
mathematics.
engineering.
It's either you're going for something practical like that, or you're just donating to the college without getting credit for it.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, a lot of them do that. Some of them get caught. They caught the lower end ones. Half of them are doing that already. They're not really. That's why, because they don't need the degree, because they just need the degree to show they graduated to get the job they were going to get anyway.
Yeah, and so I got a computer science degree, and engineering is no joke. Like you do gotta bust your ass to understand and get there. But I would say if you're like in the liberal arts or anything like that, they literally go to school to become a debt slave. Their lives would have been much better had they not gone to school. And
do you agree? Do you agree that a bachelor degree in social science and history is basically worse than an Uber drive license?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, they are the
Let's
Uber drivers.
put it this way: the classical education, regardless of degree, is gone.
Yeah, and I would say this though, even in engineering, like the level of engineering, the quality of students that you get compared to, let's say, 10 years ago is far less. Like there's a lot of educated engineers that are still stupid.
Well, because they start getting sort of like with the medical people here, they have a lot in a narrow thing. It's becoming a problem with specialization. Because they don't take any other courses, so like the college degree starts becoming like almost like the job training.
Okay, but what is it? What is a university degree? Like what is the difference between college and university?
Oh, that usually depends on if it's a 4-year or offers PhDs. It's sort of not as distinctual in the United States.
Okay.
So like a lot of times the old colleges say like Colgate, it only offers some masters. So they still call it a college, but that's not really an actual educational distinction.
So it's basically the
University
same.
and college are virtually the same. If you go for if you're going for a undergraduate degree, does that make sense? Like that's not much different.
But undergraduate is this bachelor or what is it? What is it?
The bachelor's degree.
Yes. Undergraduate is basically what you know in Germany as Lehre. Yeah.
Lehre, also Ausbildung oder was?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like.
So it's under universities.
Yes,
so colleges. Okay. Because
so both call them universities. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So in America, college and university are synonymous, but college can offer up to say undergraduate. But if you go to university, they offer masters and PhD.
And undergraduate, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
okay. Or PhD, it's like your doctor title.
Yeah, doctor of philosophy and whatever it is, XYZ. Yeah.
There are many paths to poverty in the U.S.
And I went to university, got my CS degree. I'll tell you some bullshit. They made us take what is it, diversity training and some
What?
BS.
For sure.
So
Oh,
I was
oh, oh,
forced. I was forced because it's a graduation requirement, and I had to take American history, some liberal arts bullshit,
Oh
dude.
fuck.
And so I'm there trying to do my operating systems class homework, and I'm trying to come up with a queue system of how to process jobs. And then one of my classmates is like, "Oh man, like we got to write an essay for our homework. This is so difficult."
Alex,
You know what I
Alex,
mean? It's like,
Alex,
oh, you just need to write like a 2-page essay. That's the homework, and you're complaining. Here I am
Oh
trying to
no.
figure out some operating system algorithm. It's like
Yeah.
the level is so different in terms
yeah,
of
Yeah.
Alex,
yeah, like,
my father graduated in Budapest as a medical doctor for dental. Yeah, he's a dental doctor. He
uh-huh.
used to
okay.
be like 40 years. Wait, and they had to pass classes in cultural Marxism, Leninism.
Yes,
If they didn't
Well,
pass,
fuck.
they
listen,
couldn't be a
because,
medical
you know,
doctor,
no,
in
but the
the
reason for
60s.
that is you don't understand because molars get offended if the incisors, feel different about themselves.
And gender classes, you have to get your master's or your bachelor's, basically like the same in communism, passing the Marxism Leninism exam in
Yeah.
yeah, and literally, why needs a doctor exam in Marxism? Come on, that's the same retarded shit like the communism.
Yeah. It's a bunch of garbage.
Mistakes,
Fucking garbage. That's
Like,
all. Bunch of
Richard,
fucking
you were
garbage.
like, sorry, can I
Yeah.
ask? So
Yeah.
Richard, you were like asking like if I can see any analogs like to what what was like
Yes, because a
happening.
lot of them have not
Yeah.
seen any, so I want you to say it. Yeah.
Yeah. So my parents, they had like five different like history like subjects, you know, in school. They had to know like the history of like communism, and they had like a lot of like Marxism and Leninism, even up to university. Even when they went to university, they had to learn this shit, and they had to pass. And now, so you have like in America, you have like this indoctrination of like certain ideological views, and in the Soviet Union. But I think in the Soviet Union it was much more forced, because when you went to school, you were also like going to the scouts, pionere. It was like something you could like somehow like related to like the Hitler Jugend, but it's not as like extreme, but it's
Right.
like, but you had to go there, and if your child didn't go to the scouts, you wouldn't get like, you couldn't get to the university.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And this is like also one of the reasons like why my father couldn't get like to university, because he wasn't in the scouts. Like his family was religious, and religion was like prohibited in the Soviet Union, and he wasn't a scout, and my mother was a scout, but she had to do it. Like she didn't believe in it. She just went there because she had to. So yeah, and now again about the army. So my father, you have like an officer rank in the Soviet Union that is called замполит, which means заместитель политических, keine Ahnung, something. So it's like the
So it's like a political rank, not an actual.
yeah, it's like it's like,
Understand? Yes, I get you. Yeah.
so it's like the representative of the political like ideologies. And this zampolit, he would be like the commanding officer during your first half year in the army, and he would like watch over you. He would like teach you directly stuff, or he would like have subordinates that would teach you, stuff in the army. And these Zampalit, they were hated by everyone, by literally everyone, because they were like these SJWs, but like in a Leninist Marxistic way, that would like look for like irregularities, in the ideological view of others, and they would like pick on them, and they would like punish them.
Yes, they use a negative. They use a negative feedback, unlike the positive feedback of the Gestapo, but it's the same idea.
Yeah, and so and my father, he went, he butted heads with this guy, and he had to like learn every single thing. He was like, he was only going like to customs, and he was like the guy that he was like just like filling out the documents, and like someone comes around the border, he would like just like check the documents, fill the documents, and that's it. It was like his goal. He had just to learn this, but in the end he had to learn like everything, because of this guy. Because this guy was.
It's called a rule book slowdown. Yeah, they do this shit like that. Yeah.
So yeah, it's like crazy. It's like.
Let me ask you: did your father explain that this guy was sort of like a worm? Did he ever talk about what the guy was like? Was he sort of like, instead of he was sort of like a worm?
Yeah, he was like.
Yeah, see, a fucking worm.
He was like a parasite,
There, man. Yeah, I understand.
And this guy, he was like you said, he was just there. He hadn't that much of a functional role. Even like when my father went to war, like there were still these Zampalits, these shitheads, and they were in command, so they had like something to say, but they were so fucking stupid. And they would order like because they would order like men to their deaths, because of their because they had orders, like they had to do this and this.
Yes.
Yeah, but my father, he would say like no, I won't do this like this, I won't do it this way, because if I do this way, this way, the fucking Taliban are going to kill me. This is stupid, because they just have like their ideology, like we have to find these people till this date, and if we don't find them and take them into custody or kill them, then it's bad. So I don't care if you die or not. Just go and do it.
Robert, can I ask you a question? You sound like you're a part German and part Russian, right?
Yeah, I'm actually more than part German. I'm like 3/4 German, because my father is fully blooded ethnic German, and my mother is half ethnic German and half Russian.
Yeah.
Half ethnic Russian.
And your I feel you. And your grandfather or your grandfather has been part of the lower nobility of Russia, and they got kicked out or being punished.
No, I don't think that I had like no nobility.
No, lowest class of nobility. But
no, I don't even think that they were like any nobility at all. But I know that my great grandfather,
maybe just Christian, because when the Russian Revolution happened in 1917, they raised everything, intellectuals, all nobility, even
bourgeoisie, yes.
The shit with the Mensheviki. So
Bolsheviki.
They killed even the small farmers, because they had some 3 cows and 2 pigs.
Yes.
They have been capitalists and they killed them before. Yeah.
Yes. It's like super.
Story, yeah. They said they're capitalists. They need to be raised. They need to go to gulag and shit like that. Only because you had 2 cows, you are capitalist,
So mystery. My video. Where does equality start and end? You see?
Yeah.
Which finger do you cut to make them all even?
Exactly.
Because like people, sorry,
Okay.
I've talked so much.
It's fine. You fill in some time here, so it's good for me.
No, it's important that our American or English-speaking friends learn more about the inside of the view of Germans, because we can bring you a lot of wisdom, because you
Yes.
only get the wisdom, you get even you get brainwashed in high school and college about the European history, and we tell you our sides,
Yes. And the quicker they hear the truth is what I'm saying is that will make them better. They have to fucking hear it.
And literally we are friends, because if you're not brainwashed leftists, we all stand for freedom and equality,
Yes.
Of course, that's like I very much dislike it when like people. I was like bullied in school because I was like Russian. Because even if I'm like 1/4 Russian or something, in the end of the day, if you compare me to other Germans, then I'm the Russian. Especially because I can speak Russian fluently, and I have like I have like maybe a bit more of a Russian mentality, and because of this I was bullied because Putin was bad. Yeah, Putin, like at this time, even when I was in school, he was like, I guess, turning bad, because like a lot of guys liked Putin, even like my parents in the beginning, because he stopped the war the civil war in Russia between the Russians and the Chechens, and he was the guy that like scooped Russia from the lowest pits of economic hell into a more stable country. And this is why like a lot of people like to like this politician. But then at some point he like turned oligarch and just started to like get a lot of cash for himself. And because I was like defending him, maybe at that time, I was even more bullied, because I was like the bad guy.
Yeah, but again,
and nobody wanted to listen like my side of the story, because they all had like their side of the story. Why would you need to listen to someone else if you like have your own like?
Yeah, but what the point is that the reason they don't like Putin, even though there's a lot of social entities there too, is he's against the Chinese-German alliance. That's why you're told he sucks. If he was on their side, they say he was great.
Yes, that's the only reason. This is like also like politics in Russia too. Yeah, because like I guess like before like this jet was like shot down in Turkey, this Russian jet. Russia and Turkey, they were like best friends, and they were like promoting like Turkish vacations into Turkey, like in Russia, and in Russian media. And then once this happened, and there were like other conflicts between those states, they just like immediately stopped that, and they were like pushing against like Turkey, like in Russia and in Russian news. And I don't know like very much. I watch Russia. I don't watch Russian news on a regular basis, because I don't watch any news on a regular basis. I mean like news programs from governments. But of course I watch them and I know them, and I can compare between like Russian and German news. And in Russian news they're like a lot more polarizing than in German. But in German they're they're also polarizing. They still use like sometimes they use like polarizing music, like when they saw something evil they go like or they use like polarizing like words, like something that is like a diminutive, if they want to make something appear like less bad, like not diminutive, it's called euphemism, sorry. And sometimes they use like the other example, but in Russian news it's like more polarizing. Sorry, that was like I'm branching off.
No, it's fine, Bruce.
But I guess like in America, it's like I think it's like on par like with Russia, or even maybe a little bit more, because like you have like I've watched some. I don't watch like American news like at all, but I've seen clips from CNN and from Fox News, and they're like.
American news is garbage. Like you become stupider for watching it.
Do you know what a really benefit would be? Russians would learn from Americans how to run business, and the Americans should learn from Russians how to build stable families and having good family relations and shit like that. The Russians are more advanced in keeping the family safe and shit like that. That's all.
Yeah, but it's it's coming there. It's getting there. I tell you, like.
Wait, let me speak. It's all going to trash in America and Western Europe. The family order is not anymore existing. It's just the boomers that keep up the family flag. And in Russia, it's a little bit better. But if you look at America now, we had this beer bug, you know, and
beer bug.
Wait, yeah, I don't say it. I don't want to get this channel censored. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm sorry, but you don't have to say it.
The strange virus, you know.
Okay.
And
the jab. Okay.
America's is the one economy that got fastest out of this shit, you know, because employment rate rises, stock raises, crypto raises, everything raises in America, and even Europe and Asia lead at way behind Americans when it comes to economy, you know. They're already back to before the beer bug, you know. Yeah, you got my point.
Yes. I would say one thing about family formation, though. It's not that Americans don't know how. It's just that we don't have the legal framework anymore that would even support it.
Yeah, we talked about this. Absolutely, that's the problem.
Like, yeah, we have like elders and shit and all that, or we might have grown up in conservative or even just like regular homes. Like you see how we talk about the blue pill people and all that. Those are your normal people. They know how to like get a woman, take care of your kids and all that shit. It's just if you do that, you get screwed up by the law.
That's very base because the Russian divorce law is like this: if the woman behaves bad and enforces the divorce, she gets no cash. And you don't have that in America.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You have some crazy laws like in California.
Right.
If you split up, if you're a Californian citizen, you have to keep up the wife at that level of economy. You split up.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Fuck.
Yeah. No
Holy.
Yeah, I think they just derailed your whole concept of how fucked up it is here.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I know, like, California is like I'm sorry, but like a shithole because, like, you have, like, all these... I mean, in Los Angeles, I think there was, like, another, like, disease that was, like, a medieval disease was, like... starting to gain traction.
Yeah, in San Francisco, no less. Yeah.
Not in San Francisco. Okay, yeah. And like you have a lot of like homeless people, and I guess also in San Francisco and maybe in LA. So I know that something's wrong there, but dude, you have to like keep like pouring money into her.
Yes.
Like, that's fucked up, man.
And that's why when we have the pickup artists here who say it's okay to keep doing that because you can go build a bus and live in it.
You can go what?
Even the German divorce law is not that hard. Maybe you have to pay like
Bus Nation.
It's called Trennungsgeld. Yeah, you have to pay your old bitch like 2 years, and you have to pay until the kid gets his first grade. I mean,
18 years.
18, 9 bis 18 doch. Alimenten, ne?
What's that shit called? Maintaining lifestyle.
But at least in Germany.
Yeah, she's become accustomed to a lifestyle.
You don't have to pay the woman. You know, only the kids.
Oh well, okay. So
Yeah, you don't have to pay like for the wife for your ex-wife.
But in some states of America, you have to pay the void lifelong.
yes,
You know?
at no fault. It's no fault. Also,
They-
you
I
don't have to.
remember-
You don't have to declare fault. That's crazy. Yeah.
I remember there's this case of this dude. I think it was on YouTube where he was paying like most of his wage or something to this chick, and the chick complained about him not paying enough. So he ended up losing his job that was paying them both in the first place. Like that's how petty this shit is.
Yes.
Like a chick will take you to court and lose her source of income just to take your source of income.
If I would be American and rape divorced, I would run out of this country just now.
Well, now you're starting to get how everyone feels here.
Yeah, that's why we're talking about Geomaxing so much. Like,
Hey,
I know you're here, and everyone's trying to get the fuck out.
Yo, pandemic.
In America, Asia, Europe, everywhere is better than in America, North America.
Hey,
you know?
pandemic.
No, it's not.
Hold on. I gotta add this, yo. So if you owe child support or you're in lieu of payment of those kind of things, they deny you your passport.
Yep.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
And
you
the thing
can't
is in Germany,
travel.
if you don't make bank and you only earn like, you get a cash out from your wage slave like 1,500-1,600 euros, you literally pay only peanuts to the void because it's covered by the social system.
Right.
The only
Welfare
problem
system.
is the only problem is if you make more bank, they come to you because they say they paid like 10 years the difference, and then they come for you. So if you make bank, they say, okay, we paid like 50, 100K for your child. Now you make bank, now you have to pay. That's happening in Germany, you know. So for example, you're starving, you have low wage job, you're divorced, you have little kids, now they grow up, and maybe after 10 years you find a better job.
Oh, then they take it.
The government comes for you and says,
And takes some money.
Okay,
Right.
we have paid 80K or 120K, now you have to pay that shit back.
Oh my god, there's no escape. There's no escape, dude.
Yes.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Well,
It's like
better
even
see it now. Just telling you. Better see it now.
the welfare system is pretty good, but some people who like live off the welfare system, they have it better than other people who are working. So these people who are not working have it better than other people who are not.
No, it's not.
Wait a minute, my cat wants to leave the room. I have to open the door.
The thing is with the social welfare system in Germany, if you rise up, you get punished for rising up. If you're on the ground, they help you. But if you rise up, you need a long run to get out of this control.
You're not being shitty enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it's the case of perverse incentives. We know. We're familiar.
Yes.
Yes,
exactly. Jeff said it best. Yes.
Face and LMS is actually live. Did he just go live or something, or has he been live? That's the thing.
No idea.
I think
I don't know what's going on.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but it's kind of boring. He always brings the same topics.
Well.
No, something. See, the thing is also, Mr. I want to bring up, like when people complain, we talk about other things. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, no one's saying that you can't go to another stream and talk about. You know what I'm talking about? Like they have to go to every stream, and like there's thousands of these fucking things going on at once. It's like, why does somebody come in here and be like, hey, stop talking about something else? It's like, just fucking leave. Like I don't go to their stream and start going like, hey, why don't you talk about what I'm? It's no, you know what I'm talking about? I don't understand that either. Like, what is that?
Yeah, I never understood it either. Really, I'm down to like 15% battery power on my phone though, so we're gonna have to end this pretty soon.
Oh god.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Being brought down by mom's fucking internet.
If I was you at a wallet commercial, you could
more like my fucking phone. More like my fucking phone. If I had more, already cut my Bluetooth off. I'm just using a wireless headset now. So All right,
Okay.
so but tomorrow we will stream, boyos. We're gonna have a better stream
All
tomorrow.
right.
We're gonna have memes and shit, fucking articles everywhere out the ass. Let's start doing the last words though. All right, pandemic. Got some last words for the chat.
Do you know? I know how he looks, and I would say he is losing. He is missing some social skills because I know how it looks and how he looks and how tall he is. I'm smaller and I'm all cell, and if I would have his appearance, I could bang in Berlin clubs tonight. So he's brutally autistic. So yeah, because he says always he's the bottom of the barrel, but it's not true. He's lying about this. But I don't think he's aware of it. I think he's 0.0 social aware of this SMV, you know.
Yeah, okay. Was that your last words?
Look, I banged some chicks, but I'm a little dude. I'm not good. Even my face is worse than the face. But I had some pussy, you know. But this dude is totally delusional, you know.
All right, buddy.
I think it depends on his.
I'm trying to like cut you off, my dude. We're almost done with the stream. I have to get out of here. So like, wrap it up, buddy, boyo. All right, see you next time, buddy. I'll kick you out. See ya. All right. Richard Coper, last words.
You see, it's a worldwide problem. Drop the delusions. Get ready.
All right, last word. That was the last words. All right, see you next time, buddy. All right. We got who else am I doing here? Let's do Gurn, whatever your name is. What's your last word, buddy, boyo?
Okay, so my name is first Garin or Gorin. Yeah, okay.
Gorin, the Gorin.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a dragon, but whatever. So, what the fuck is even blue pill?
Yeah, there you go. All right, buddy, boyo.
Bye.
All right. We got Count of Woodlands. Last words. Count, you there? You alive? Oh God, he went to the Woodlands. We lost him, boyos. He's over. You lost him to the Germans. Well, he won't get last words today. All right, let's do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's do Drolix. Drolix, last words.
Stay based, buddy boyos. Avoid crowds because I think ER is gonna happen more often.
Yeah, I would definitely avoid crowds for the next few years, something like that. All right, buddy boyo. All right, and we got Jack Nickelback, my dude. Last words.
I've been waiting to say this shit for about half an hour. You know your nation is over when Europeans think your place is cooked. God damn.
Dang. All right, buddy boy. All right, see you next time. All right, and then there was one. All right, I'm the last one standing here. Tomorrow, I have my computer. We'll have memes, articles, random shit. We're gonna have a good stream tomorrow. It's over. Yeah, it's over. Face been streaming. I don't know. I didn't know he was. I knew he was streaming it. I wasn't quite sure when. All right, Incel Kumbar. All right, we got pandemic doesn't stop. Yeah, he was like going. I was like, okay, dude. I get it, but I don't get it. We're done. Like, we're over. Tomorrow we will have the memes everybody has been looking for. I'm gonna try to get some more tonight before I go to sleep, so I can get some more memes. And yeah, get it on going, boyos. Time to cope. True words never been spoken. Heard that. Been over, but good to hear. German self-respect. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. All right, buddy boys. I will see you guys on Asked Words. Yeah, last words, asked words, whatever. Last words, asked words, asked words. He just kept going and going and going and going and going. I was like, last words. I'll keep going and going. Okay, dude, like I get it. No pussy, no peace. Over when you want to go back to Europe because it's more base. That's pretty fucking sad, actually. The purge is beginning. Memes, Peppo happy. Yeah, dude, you're gonna get memes tomorrow for sure. Oh my god. All right, buddy boys. See you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna go probably post the tomorrow's thumbnail and shit for tonight. Probably find a picture for that. Post it tonight. I'll probably stream tomorrow around maybe 4:30ish, depending on when I get home. I gotta come home. I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow morning before I leave my mom's house, and then go home. Probably be home by about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I might even start earlier than that. I'll if you see a time, don't like counting that time because that might happen earlier or later than that. Definitely probably earlier than that. So I'm gonna set it for 4 just in case, but it's probably gonna happen in like 2 or 3, one of the two. All right, guys. So you guys are all in the know. Good stream. Nice new guest. So it's cool to see new people here. All right, guys. See you guys next time. Bye.